So I don't think, like, while I think everyone's going to be comfortable defaulting to 1v1, I don't think we're going to be locked into one format, so to speak, for 2xKO. And that's very, very interesting.
Hummingbee, you also come. I believe, actually, my apologies. We believe we have the game. Let's go ahead and get straight into the game and commentate our very first set of 2xKO. Hummingbee, would you like to take it away?
Well, it seems like we are having Yasuo and Illaoi on one side, Yasuo and Braum on the second, so you have that big front line with a mix-up character on the side just to, again, ramp up those damage and get that advantage phase going on for your side. Both of them are going to get stuck on Yasuo. We already have a little lead from basheeee here.
And keep an eye out, like in a Yasuo mirror, keep an eye out on Wimble, right? Whoever activates their Wimble first typically loses because it won't go through the other Wimble. As we see NaBoKiiiii take a very, very strong lead 40 seconds into this first round. Should be able to get a kill as well.
Yeah, obviously, there's the level 1 here to end it up. And yeah, not a very good way to start things up for basheeee. Sorry, the name were mixed up here, but yeah, how do you start a tournament like this? This is not a good sign.
I mean, this is the alpha. We can expect a little bit of jank in the alpha, right? Have a little bit of fun. But I'm very excited to see how people use these teams. First of all, no Darius. We can thank the gods for that one. But this Illaoi, the character, I think, has been explored a little bit. Not enough to give a definitive answer on how strong the character is. But definitely looking like the weaker amongst them all. We've seen Braum sort of step out and be like the anti-Darius tech from a lot of players. But Illaoi just hasn't quite found their place in it, as we see basheeee try and fight out of the corner on this one.
Now, I really like that counter hit. Let's see what Braum can do with this pressure. Unfortunate there. A lot of counter hits, actually, we're seeing quite here, just kind of mashing to try to get out of these situations. Important to note, does have the burst to go ahead and get out of this. Let's see if it doesn't look like Nobo's actually going to go ahead and utilize unfortunately any of that meter, but really, really good first character down for basheeee.
Yeah, and definitely look at that, the pressure on the corner, and just like that, now basheeee is going to, after a very dire start, take the first win here against NaBoKiiiii, and that Illaoi just did wonders. Did you see the pressure with those tentacles, the way she did manage to pressure Yasuo in the corner and keep him there, doing like 30 seconds at least?
It's very lockdown. I'm excited to see how we see this Braum come up from NaBoKiiiii, right? Braum, a character who I think is true to his League of Legends counterpart, much of a support, right? But you have to get that unbreakable buff started first. And you see right there, the shield comes out, basheeee not able to respond in time, but we'll get that hit on NaBoKiiiii. Has a bunch of meter to work with.
Okay, let's see if they finish with a hard knockdown. Inside of team fighting games, as you know, Dunk, hard knockdowns are instrumental. Right there, we got one towards the setup right here. And because of that, now basheee's in a fantastic situation. Has the meter to actually cash out, doesn't need the meter, gets the reset, and a burst comes out from Nabo, putting now basheeee back inside of the corner.
Yeah, but for how long? Again, NaBoKiiiii trying to add a lot of pressure. Now the Braum is out. I do not think it was a good switch here. Oh, okay, going for the level 1. Get back into the corner.
Was not pressing a button. Yeah, just happy to utilize that meter for corner pressure for sure there.
Glacial Fisher is the hardest super in the game to dodge, for sure. Has an amazing hitbox around it. You can parry it. Not many people are doing it at this level, but NaBoKiiiii brings out the Yasuo, puts the Braum on the backseat, and should be able to get the kill. Yasuo, one of the only characters in the game who can go from that level 1 into the level 2, tap on a lot of damage, and that should be the kill. NaBoKiiiii looking to get around back here.
Just reminding people why you should always ban Yasuo in every other Riot property game that you play.
Now we got just a proof right there, and it's going to be interesting for basheeee because they did show us before the level of play with Illaoi as a solo character against 2 characters on the other side. This time around, let's see how this Yasuo can do it.
Okay, and I think NaBoKiiii's just happy letting Braum go ahead and get that health back up. Ultimately, only 9 more seconds on the clock. Doesn't look like NaBoKiiii's going to need it. Unfortunately, with no meter to cash out here, has to work really, really hard, but I think he's going to be content just with the setup here. Finishes with 1 wet second to spare, and now we are both up. Final set, literally, of this very first round. Oh, final round of this very first set.
Let's see how it goes. Again, I would say basheeee does have a slight lead here because, again, as we saw on the previous game, he can go for the special 1-2, special 2, and you can be sure that he's going to do it now. If he doesn't drop his comp, never mind then. Okay, why am I talking?
And that's a shame, right? You had a lot of damage to get that last round started, and especially because basheee's using the Fury Fuse. He wants to get a decent start to sort of set himself up to make that Fury end, right? You get the damage bonus, you get your dash cancels. It means you can be completely belligerent on defense. basheeee trying to get that combo, but just can't quite get it. Honestly, I'm a big fan of just doing very simple combos if you haven't got your flashy ones set for tournament. But basheeee loves the styling.
Now I have to kind of question though how much work that Fury Fuse is doing, because as we saw inside the very last set, it looks like most of the damage is going on NaBoKiiiii at moments where basheeee isn't at that 40% to activate that fuse. So you have to ask yourself, would double down or 2 times assist be a little bit more helpful in these situations? Just something to think about for the possible next set.
Let's see again. The set isn't over yet. This is on the
Very
first
true.
game between these two, and obviously it is best of 3, so there's not going to be a lot of like margin for adaptation, but you never know.
Now as basheeee gets to the 40%, if you land a hit, unfortunately couldn't do it. NaBoKiiiii finishing off with Yasuo, nice and clean there.
Now it's where the big game starts, right? Once you get to that last character, you get access to last stand. Your assist character will be able to start doing supers, but maybe basheeee won't even get the chance. Has a lot of meter to dump here. We'll go level 1, level 2, not quite dead. 1 mix-up.
Yeah.
basheeee gets.
Like the beginning of a good narrative for basheeee here. He just wants to be that guy. We have the Twitter clip from the get-go of these tournaments, you see? He's going to go for the comeback here. Any second now. Look at that, look at that.
Ooh, make it happen. Make it happen.
Right.
You got the health, you got the meter.
No,
Cash it out, honey.
Hasn't got the time though, basheeee.
I didn't see the time!
Runs out of time in this one, and NaBoKiiiii will end up taking that first round.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it. But you know what? We take those W's, don't we? Very first round goes up to NaBoKiiiii. Now, I got to ask both of you guys, how did you feel about that very first set? What did we see? Looks like they're going straight into it, actually.
I don't mind commenting on it, because I think we've seen good flashes from both of them. The biggest problem basheeee has had is finishing those combos, right? Finishing those combos, getting your hard knockdown, getting your setup, and continuing the aggression. And Sharpie, I think you're absolutely right? We didn't see basheeee get to use that Fury Fuse much, right? Got to the 40%, but then got hit immediately after. Didn't get any of that damage buff, the dash cancels. So maybe considering switching to a different fuse might have been a good idea. But NaBoKiiiii just continues offense in this first game. Oh, sorry, basheeee.
basheeee didn't use that fuse as you were saying, but I am honestly impressed by the level of pressure that illaoi has been applying up to now. Here we are moving to Yasuo, one of the main picks, but look at that. All right, it's going to get stunned here, and there we go, a good prong combo just to even things out. Low key, there was going to be a change of characters that Yasuo may have to take the cut here.
No, I really don't hate the fact that NaBoKiiiii went into the hard version of that string, either getting the maximum amount of damage. Dunk, as you know, inside of team fighters, as soon as you get that like counter hit opportunity and you go straight into, you want to go in with those heavies. Not the lights, you want to go in with the heavies. You know what I mean, brother?
Start with the least scaling, right? You want to get big damage going, and you can do that with the medium and heavy buttons. basheeee hasn't quite found the opportunity to do so, but I want to see, like, now you have that Fury Fuse active. I want to see big damage come out, but you have to win neutral first. And basheeee is finding it tough. Illaoi comes to the rescue, tentacles out.
There we go.
And that is a big damage starter, potential kill here.
I'm going to survive once, but that was his last chance here.
Okay. Can you get the touch though, illaoi? You got the health to spare. Unfortunately, with that last, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the name of the move. But that last move, a last assist there, opportunity up from Braum, really have to be careful. Braum has one of the last chance assists, one of the best ones in the game, in my opinion. Doesn't look like it's going to be a factor though. Yeah, very, very nice by basheeee finishing that up, nice and clean. Love that.
Taking a lead again, and tell me if I'm wrong, but I think this is how last game started already. basheeee took the lead and then didn't finish his cake in the second and the third one. So let's see if this one can be different. illaoi, again, I am honestly amazed by the level of play that we've seen already from this illaoi. So I want to see a bit more now.
Same. Same. Braum said, look, I'm going to let you eat that cake, but I'm going to get in. basheeee says, no, you ain't, honey. Comes down with the tentacle slam, puts him inside the corner, and now it's the Alawi pressure game. This is exactly what Alawi loves to do. Says, look, strong man, you may be strong inside the bed, but not on this rift, honey. Let's go. Yasuo says, sit in this corner, big man. I'm going to sit you right there and finish this up nice and clean. Don't even need the meter. What meter? I don't need it. Yup. One character literally between basheeee finishing up this set. Let's see it.
Well, Yasuo will have a kind of hard day here against Ilawi and well, another Yasuo obviously. But I do respect the pressure that basheeee has been applying and how this time around he doesn't get caught up in his neutral compared to the previous game. So there's already a lot of adaptation on his side.
Yeah, very much so. You know, without burst, I feel like NaBoKiiiii is kind of in a very, very dangerous spot, especially against Yasuo. You get caught up in any of these crazy slashes that come through, and it's going to be a struggle getting out of it.
Yeah, Yasuo damage is insane if he can get his full combo started. Just like that. He can maybe kill this guy, right? He can always go into level 1, level 2 if it's available. And with 3 bar on deck, I imagine NaBoKiiiii will go into it. That should be the kill. I've been wrong before. I'm very used to being wrong.
No, I believe that is going to be a kill.
I think he survives a bit. Yeah, there we are. Again,
yeah, that should be it. What? Whoop? Yeah, see, it's okay, Dunk. We're both wrong. I play Skullgirls.
It's alright. It's just again for the Ilawi play that we are here. He heard us before saying that we didn't see a lot of Ilawi up to now, and there we are. Another good combo. And there you want a level 1? There you go. That's a level 2.
Pressing the button. Yeah. Very good finish of that. Finishing, I love to see basheeee finishing their food. They're very, very nice. And that puts basheeee up 1-1 inside of this. I believe it's a 1st to 3 set. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. 1st to 2, isn't it?
It's a 1st to 2.
I believe it's 1st to 2, but
I'm hearing from production it's actually a 1st to 2, otherwise known as a best of 3. Our apologies.
Exactly what you were saying.
Yeah, so 1st to 2. Very next set's going to win here, and I gotta ask, it looks like NaBoKiiii's taking his time to kind of consider this, which is a player's right, but I gotta go back over to you here, Dunk. What do you think are some implementations and changes that can be done to help NaBoKiiiii inside of this final set?
I think for NaBoKiiiii, it's about keeping basheeee ranked, right? Like, set up that win wall and stop basheeee from advancing, scrambling with you by sort of turning into a tornado, right? Stop him from running and jumping, because that's what basheeee was doing for most of that last set. But I also think utilizing that 2 times assist, right? Send the Braum in, do it twice. If it misses, oh well. If it doesn't, you can switch straight into the character and get the confirm. But I don't think NaBoKiiiii should be sort of scrambling in the close range with basheeee at the moment.
Hummingbird, similar thoughts?
Similar thoughts. It's something that he did try to do on the first game is the mix-up with the shield, trying to cross up with Yasuo. He just didn't get the timing right, obviously, because NaBoKiiiii was already like, basheeee was actually mashing button on that shield from Braum, so he couldn't manage to sneak in. This time around he did, and you can see already the advantage going in his favor, taking a swift lead, and there we are. Another cross-up. Yasuo is going to just finish it. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, very nice handshake tag there. Oh, I like that. I like that. Sneaky. Yes, very smart. Very, very smart there.
Finish. And for basheeee, like, this becomes a very tall order, right? You've got Braum, the thickest man in the game, so much health to work with. Once he gets into that unbreakable buff, it's going to be so much harder to fight in neutral with him. I don't see how he makes this comeback in the round. And a lot of players have really started, you know, when they know they can't win the round, they're not going to bother using burst. They're not going to bother spending meter. They're just trying to build it for that next round. But basheeee already trying to make this comeback. Don't quite finish the combo and then get split in the scramble afterwards. NaBoKiiiii trying to close this one out, get round 1 of game number 3.
I know right now everything's looking like it's super not inside of the cards for basheeee, but I want to remind everyone that this is where Fury Fuse shines. And even though Alawi's not there, that burst opportunity is still a possibility if that bar gets high enough, which it is right now. Can actually burst out of this. Unfortunately, no longer. Unfortunately, no longer. No, not when the big man comes down with the shield. You can't burst out of that, honey. I'm sorry, that's unbreakable.
No, you
gotta respect it.
That's all. All right, again, we didn't see that Fuse doing a lot of work up to now. So, well, let's see if maybe last stock situation is the time to go for it. Oh, good command grab here.
Je sais plus le combo là-dessus, je crois.
Hey, actually an opportunity to go into that unbreakable, right? Get that buff.
Ah, je sais
But
pas, il
doesn't
a des
quite get it. The push up will not connect with another move. And once the tentacles are out, Alawi becomes, and forgive me for this, top 3 in the game, right?
What?
Like, once the tentacles come out, she's so strong, so scary, right? The mix-ups are insane, but it's about getting them out and stopping your opponent from swinging at them. And basheeee has not succeeded in doing so. NaBoKiiiii with another opportunity to skill, another drop, but will find the reset with the jab. Can't quite get the kill.
J'ai pas fait exprès de
The
mettre
damage
le-
has been done already until... Oh, never mind, you were talking about a kill, we got one here. Surprisingly.
That's bad news bears, right? You're in this 1v2 situation. basheeee successfully gets Alawi out of there.
Yeah.
Can't quite get the throw. The retreat will work out. And again, NaBoKiiiii. This Yasuo has been like putting in work when we've seen it. Every single time the combos look clean. Level 1 into that level 2. Happy to spend the meter. Won't quite get the kill, but you need to be swift with this mix-up, right? If you are not correct, you have to deal with the full force of this Fury Fuse.
Okay.
He's coming back to by little, and Ilawi, as you were saying before, is kind of getting back his life little by little.
Yeah, no, honestly, for basheeee, that's success, right? You're getting all that great life back. Yasuo kind of just wasting time. This is very okay, and it's a great jump, not quite a kill.
Yeah.
Goes for the slash, and the H
Still
will
very
connect,
well.
and that should be it. basheeee gets round number 2. We're going to last game, last round.
Ooh,
takes this
let's
one?
get hype. Yeah, you can see it inside of his face there. He's stressed. He's stressed.
No, he's not. He's perfectly chill. That's just like a French guy. Don't worry, we all like
Is
it.
he alive? Is my question. I haven't seen him move for the last 15 seconds, maybe. Oh, nice work there. I love the charge moves that NaBoKiiii's throwing out, right? You can get them charged up. They can be armor. But basheeee not presenting that yet. Dives right in. Tentacle will connecting counter hit. Nice parry there from basheeee. But can't quite get the combo, and that's important, right? You get the parry, you get the opportunity, spend that cash. Instead, we'll take his Fury out on the assist. Won't get a clean conversion. And now basheeee struggling. Walks straight into the shield. NaBoKiiiii swinging like his life depends on it, because it does. Straight into the super glacial fissure. Safe. Ooh, great throw there from basheeee.
Need a timing
It's gonna
on
be
this
big
throw.
damage.
Lifesaver at this point. The burst just
That
to survive
Fury
it more
is
sharply.
activate. You have to burst to get out of there because the next touch can kill you. You gotta respect the Fury now instead of this last round situation.
Front situation, but another half-life combo is going to get started by NaBoKiiiii. Every time I'm cursing it, sorry about that.
It's your job as a commentator, if I'm being
That's
honest.
true, that's true, to be fair, that's true. What did they expect having me on comms?
Oh, dynamic save used up. basheeee will not be getting another one of those. And I like this. Take your anger out on the assist. basheeee takes out the Braum. Goes into the level 2. NaBoKiiiii gets hit. The last breath will connect. Now, will it lead into a kill opportunity?
What it will lead into is a hard knockdown, and that's more important. Very, very nice block. Ooh, the chip. Oh, actually, that was a counter hit. Yeah, you weren't blocking that, honey. Ooh, okay.
Blocking is cringe. Blocking is cringe, Sharpie.
Yeah.
Another one.
And he's dying
Now
for
Fury
this.
is gonna chip you away here, honey. You can't just keep blocking. You gotta press some buttons. As my good friend Ken in Black will say, if ya ain't grabbing, ya ain't winning, honey. And that is going to put basheeee up 2-1 inside of this very first match. You know what, Dunk? I can see your face right here. You have your hands over your head. I'm gonna go to Humming Bee first to give you time to process. Humming Bee.
No, actually, I'm
How
just
are
going
you
to
feeling
enjoy
about
Dunk's
that?
face. I'm going to just enjoy Dunk's face here. So yeah, a proper display of Braum high level from the get-go, a proper display of Ilawi from the get-go. What was lacking was obviously Darius, and it seems like this is what we're going to have today.
Very next match is going to be CrashTF, who is running Darius and Braum versus M. I actually didn't see their team. Dunk, did you see their team perchance?
Yes, so that'd be Darius and Yasuo. And these are the teams that we see fairly often, right? The Darius Braum we've seen used very, very well by Typhon. And that is a belligerent armor team. Like, it's maybe worse than grapplers to a degree. They're not here to care. Meanwhile, MeNeMeN is going to be playing the sort of swift movement team, moving around with that Yasuo, and then when he gets bored, bringing Darius and down S2 for fun. That's going to be happening now, because in that time, MeNeMeN has lost their Yasuo. But in the corner, it's going to be so tough. Great mash out there, and begins the offense to combo.
He does have a long way to go, but yes, it seems like CrashTF just decided to take the lead while you were talking and explaining what we can expect from there. Darius is just going to assist for a second before leaving. My job is done, Brom. You're on your own. Evan, I wouldn't face myself.
Now this is one of the moments where I feel like you really see Darius start to shine. All of that incredibly plus. You know, it looks like you should be able to press a button after it. You're not, especially not any of Brom's very, very slow buttons. And it looks like Crash, unfortunately, has to learn the hard way what is safe and what is not.
And the very scary part of Darius's kit is that hemorrhage, right? Once he hits you with one of those hemorrhage specials, no longer are you sacrificing health for just getting hit. It's also in block. It becomes a very, very scary character, and we're seeing that from Crash, trying to get offensive. MeNeMeN will jump out, uses that last stand assist call, won't get anything from it. Great parry on that S2. Gonna get great damage from this. Can you convert? There's the dynamic save. And we go back to neutral.
Use the rush to survive a bit more, but in that case, Dunk, if you can't defend, if you can't attack, what is the best option? That's the trick. There is none. You just have to suffer.
I choose that. Look at this, the S2 into the super. It won't quite catch and Crash loses that first round. And these have been going to the wire. 6 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
Darius just went 1v2 here again.
Honestly, Humming Bee, sometimes the RPS ends in an RIP. You know, you just gotta call it.
Spin. Like this is reminding me of my league games, right?
Ooh,
my two teammates go
Not
to
remind me of bad memories, okay?
An
You
ally
don't
has
have
been
to do
slain.
that.
Enemy
Pentakill! Ace!
Like,
Yikes!
it's so reminiscent of all of
Trigger
that, right?
warning! Oh my goodness!
Alright, sense of deja vu here seems like... Oh, wait, never mind. I thought that Darius died here, but... Anyway, it seems like he will be surviving a bit more.
MeNeMeN has to be really careful, right? You got that Darius, but he's also on really low life. Could get slapped about by the point character if he's not careful. And that's why you're not seeing MeNeMeN talk. Just being very calm and neutral will connect and gets the dynamic save. Immediate switch from Crash. But this Braum is getting his face kicked in. Gonna see the loops? Sever.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Very smart burst. Very smart burst. Unfortunately, you know, sometimes you get caught in the mix yet again after the burst. These hard knockdown setups are smart.
Someone said fight like online. Fighting games aren't a puzzle. It's a literal fight. We're not here to be smart. We're here to punch people in the face. And that's exactly what CrashTF is doing. And with that double down fuse, you know you're going to die if you take another hit.
Yep.
Just like that. Yeah, we're going to go for the SP1 just for good measure, and we're going to take that game here. Interestingly, again, I expected CrashTF to win the first round. So, yeah, seems like Darius' power is a force to be afraid of.
Yep. That's the blade of Noxus right there, you know, especially since the best fighter of all time, Draven, is not inside of this game.
Not yet.
No, we are not bringing that man into this game. I've seen enough of him. My best friend is a Draven main, and if you are watching Best Friend, I hope they don't add that to the game.
What, you're not excited for the League of Draven?
Draven.
All right, thank you very much, guys. I hope you had a blast. I'm out of here.
Truthfully, I am gratefully enjoying, and I know I kind of alluded to it last time, but MeNeMeNs really is taking advantage of these hard knockdown situations, which once again, I alluded to it in the very first set there, but Dunk, as you know from Dragon Ball FighterZ and previous team fighting games, myself inside of Skullgirls, hard knockdowns are the most advantageous state inside of team fighting games. They give you the opportunity for these setups. And what we're really seeing from MeNeMeNs inside of this specific round, and also in general inside of this set, is taking advantage of those hard knockdown states to actually go ahead and, instead of like basically setting up for the very next encounter, actually just closing ground, especially since Darius' assist will do a great job of keeping that pressure up for him.
And another thing MeNeMeNs doing absolutely fantastic as he gets the kill in that second round is using the freestyle fuse well. There are two situations in 2xKO where you're at. Your opponent is at your mercy, right?
Yep.
When your two characters are stacked up and down, and when they're stacked left and right on either side. Once they're there, it's like, go have fun. Do whatever mix-up you want to do, and you can't even punish both of my characters. In fact, if you punish one, I'm going to switch to the other. And that's exactly what MeNeMeNs did. Switch to the other character, went for the mix-up, and we'll take the first game over Crash.
And that was a pretty hefty lead compared to the previous round. So yeah, MeNeMeNs here just showing the power of the freestyle fuse, as you were saying before. Let's see how on the side of Crash here we can adapt, obviously, because we've seen the level of play of this Brom and these Darius before. There's maybe like one little small thing missing, but he still have one game to show it off.
Yep. MeNeMeN, many men wish death on me, but I just got in there, and so you bursted me in the air.
You can't see us, but we wipe it out.
Are we going to be because of copyrighted strike now?
As we see Crash go crazy in the paint right now. I love this. Go into the Unbreakable and switch. Get Braum to safety. Because Unbreakable still exists on the assist. It is so strong once you get it. But we're seeing that freestyle come into effect. Great block by Crash. But he's currently hemorrhaged, taking so much chip. But down S2 will save your soul. Uses the double down to get that Darius out of there. But now it's one mix-up death.
Oh, fantastic use of that right there. Immediately counter supers out of that block string. Is he going to make it real? Unfortunately, back into a block string, but Hemorrhage is on there, has to sit with all that help. Now Braum got counter hit by Yasuo. Yasuo says, I have the meter to make this true. Don't even need it, though, on you. Crash is now down to this final character inside of this very first round inside of this second set.
And there's something we are seeing on the side of MeNeMeNs that's actually like giving him the lead. And this is those parries. Have you seen how many he does manage to connect? Because I think this is maybe the one weakness of Darius. He is kind of very timing reliant, and you can see that if you expect a good timing, you can just parry them quite easily. And MeNeMeN taking the lead here, except yeah, he's just going to lose his Darius there.
Yep.
This is not good. This is very bad, actually.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, that was
all
tough.
it takes is one down S2 to ruin your day.
Yeah.
And luckily, Crash is being very conservative. I say that, uses S2 immediately. The mash out on the negative frames, straight into the the S2 Super. Won't get the kill, but with 5 seconds left, surely there's not enough time. Jumps into the air, and that will be the kill. Crash taking the first round here. And I just want to echo what you're saying there, Humby, right? These parries are what's making the game for MeNeMeNs, right? It's stopping Crash from autopiloting their offense, right? You have to think, you have to slow it down. And remember, once you parry a button, you will get that meter back, right? You will never lose anything from parrying correctly.
So if your opponent is mashing or pressing buttons, you know that you're going to get that meter back.
Oh, I apologize. I actually think my stream's a little bit behind. Humming and Dunk, you guys can take over commentary for me.
Yeah, just join us on the stream direct in Discord, I think.
Understood.
So yeah, good SP2 going to be used here by Braum. SP3, sorry.
And now it's like, you have the Braum in the back with no health to work with. That's when it gets to a scary point. You don't want to call the assist in the corner and get her birthday. But another parry comes out from MeNeMeNs! Oh my gosh! The parry party!
I think
that dynamic save bar.
After 1 week of alpha, everyone does have this same autopilot mode, see? And you know exactly what to expect from the opponent, just like this shield here from a Braum. You know that the Braum is going to use it, and you can just jump in for a grab if he's not going to go for the tag team. And this is exactly what just happened there, and it's going to cause him to tank off the team here.
Yeah, really nice to confirm there. Calls in the Yasuo because he's got great OTG confirms, and we'll confirm that into a kill. And you know for a fact this is a dead character, right?
Yep.
Ending MeNeMeNs is like economy usage. Level 1 doesn't want a level 2, and I'll talk about after this. Baits out the down S2 and will get the kill. I love that decision from MeNeMeNs. Taps on a bit of damage and then says, make your choice. I'm not going to spend extra cash on this. I'm a character. I've got lots of health to work with. You decide. And honestly, great economy management. Very, very well done from MeNeMeNs.
Very patient-wise indeed. Are you with us, Sharpie?
Yes, I am. Thank you so much.
Perfect.
Ooh. You know, I think one of the most disrespectful things about that right there was how Braum immediately knew, I can just go straight in. I don't have to respect that assist. I just have to block it and go straight in. Yep, got you out of that corner. Very nice handshake tag. Wow, back with the freestyle. Darius said, okay, look, honey, you ain't blocking everything. Back into it.
I'm over here.
Yep.
Oh my god, Braum's like, okay, I'm gonna gush about the game for a second. The hits of these characters are so meaty and so beautiful. I love the sounds of them. It's amazing. It's great.
Okay.
Just like this one, Unbreakable.
Now, look, I'm going to gush over here with you, Dunk, but for a different reason. I just want to say it's so incredibly disrespectful for Crash to be running orange the same time as MeNeMeN is running orange. And part of me fundamentally believes that a lot of this anger I'm seeing coming out of MeNeMeN right now is from the fact that he refuses to have a Braum out here with the same color as him. And that's real. In team games, you don't run my palette, honey. You don't run my palette. I run my palette.
We can fight for that palette too. Real stuff.
I mean, I've seen better salty suit than no better salty suit than these ones. Fight for the palette tonight. No.
Do it.
And another parry. Is it going to be enough? That's the question, because that's Yasuo. He's running a bit low.
Is he going to spin the meter this time? I think is the question
Yes.
on all of our minds.
What? Oh, because he can do it now, I guess.
He wants to be flashy with it. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
But you won't spin it, right, brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, finally.
Had me worried. Had me scared. Had me saying, okay, I get it. You clean or whatever. You Justin Wong, but you gonna spend it, right?
Don't be. A great man once said, "Don't be cheap on the first date." MeNeMeNs doing exactly that. But
let me not.
Stand,
ooh. That hemorrhage. Yeah.
Exactly that, Sharpie, right? Oh,
yeah.
This is actual toxicity, right? Like going into the.
At this point, yeah. There's a message to be sent here about palette stuff and all.
But I love that, right? Like the last stand, called it out, got the hemorrhage. Once you get him in that situation, it's like, yeah, you're going to be chipped out. So you were good at parrying. Parry everything I have for you now. And if you don't do that, good luck, you're dead. And that's exactly what happened. Crash takes that game.
Ooh, okay. I really am interested in the round start here. I want to see the pull. Yeah. Immediately into the assist call. Very smart round start. Yep. Keep that pressure up. Caught him pressing buttons. That string is not safe if you block it.
And I really like the offense that MeNeMeNs is trying to set up to sort of beat the retreating guard. But good awareness there from Crash to disrespect the frame data.
Definitely. No, it's a good thing to see how MeNeMeN is just trying to counter again the game plan that CrashTF is trying to put in place with Braum, and it seems like it's working. Obviously, he did take some cheap damage on Darius before getting to this point, but right now he's in the lead. Just rhythm-wise, he's the one applying pressure.
Ooh.
Look at that. The cheap damage on the shield, bro. Use that shield!
Wow, that shield truly is unbreakable. My God. Oop, that's what I get for speaking. MeNeMeN.
Sarcasm.
MeNeMeN.
That's sarcasm. Doug, what do you think?
I'm British, man. Me and sarcasm go together like tea and sugar. We live together. Oh my gosh! It didn't hit. That's so surprising. The first time I've seen the alpha that it didn't convert. But
Darius not here, confirmed.
Wow.
Yep. Buff Darius, please.
Excuse me?
Devs, if you're listening, that was sarcasm. That was British. Please don't want to see this character be any stronger. Just like now, and that is one of the strong points of this character, right? If you hit your down S2 on both characters, go into the super, both of them get deleted.
Look how much health that full health Yasuo lost on that from assist. Literally, we saw an entire fourth of their health bar just gone, dissipated.
Yeah, actually.
Well, yeah.
Oh, last stand from both of them available goes into the Glacial Fissure. Aggression from Crash, but maybe a bit too much. MeNeMeNs will poke out with that 2M and get the kill. And the most important part, MeNeMeN saved that burst, that dynamic save for this round. Crash will not build it very soon. He won't be able to build it for that first character, I don't think, unless it takes a long while.
Yeah. This is a really advantageous spot for MeNeMeN for sure. Has that full 3 bars on Darius, has 2 on Yasuo, and honestly, truthfully, Crash is just kind of scrambling to get into a situation where Darius has the meter to double down yet again.
Well, he did scramble the face of Darius here, obviously going to tag out of this one to save a bit of his, to regenerate a bit. Yasuo
Yeah.
is now just stuck in a very hard situation.
Between a Braum and a Rock Place.
Yeah, I wanted to just say it, but carry
Sounds better in American, I'll be honest.
Everything sounds better in American. We're just the best, honestly. USA!
Okay.
USA! Let's go!
MeNeMeNs going to die for your sins here. Look at that!
MeNeMeNs
All because of your
dying for his-
Tanto. That's all on you! All on you, Sharpie!
I just want to say for the record, who got the most gold? Who brought home the gold?
Okay,
Who
we'll
was
get
that?
to that. Alright,
Okay. Okay.
back into it. Seems like CrashTF is going to take that round, try to get it back. This is the last round of this set, if I'm correct, right?
Yes. Yes.
I believe the
wait,
score of the moment
no.
is 1-0 to Crash.
Yeah,
Yes.
MeNeMeNs 0, sorry.
And honestly, that's how good MeNeMeNs has been playing, right? Like, we thought he took a round, but no, actually. It's been Crash in the driver's seat for the entire time. Dynamic save will come out. Crash looking to get offensive. And you can see how afraid Crash is of the parry. Stopping the strings early, and that's letting MeNeMeNs get offensive. But I'm sorry, this is Darius. This is Darius gaming now.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta respect it. Ooh, okay. And you can kind of tell right now that Crash really just wanted to go ahead and DHC out. Wasn't quite able to, so just went ahead and did the standard handshake. And I think that's exactly what MeNeMeN wanted, though.
And
Yeah,
just
good
when
launcher.
Crash thought he was safe, right? Goes into the parry, gets the punish, another cross-up will connect, won't be able to confirm to get the kill, but the backdash is true! Just like the damage from Lord Dominic's regards.
Has the meter
should
for
be
this.
able to-
I got this one.
What is happening? You're looking at a full 3 bars on both character for MeNeMeN, refuses to cash it out.
Wait, is he going to get the ball?
Hold it, bruv.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. He just wanted to straight up pull down that guillotine on him. That's what
Yeah.
it was. The Noxian guillotine.
Are we going to go for the reference after, like, League of Legends jokes one after the other?
I feel like we have to at some
Okay.
point.
First of all, it's not a League of Legends joke. That's lore. He is a Noxian executor.
Name
All
of
right.
the ulti of Darius is the Noxian Guillotine.
See? Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I have been playing this game
I-
since season 2. You would never know.
It was
Because
the
of how
first game.
a competent person I am. You could never tell I've spent more than $7,000 on League of Legends.
Sorry, what?
Sorry, what?
Wait, what? I'm sorry. I'm hearing from production that last line needs to be redacted.
I'm not
Interesting.
I'm not hearing anything. What did you say?
I think the line got a bit choppy there. Sorry.
Nobody heard
Nah.
that. Nobody heard
Nah.
that. It's not on the internet for posterity. It's okay.
What do you even spend that much money on? I'm getting
Yes!
stressed.
Yes!
would you do
Snowdown! Bro! Chromas! Don't! It was a tough time. It was a hard time. Not many people could survive in that time, but I did. My wallet didn't, but I did. Okay?
What do we have with us, Dunk? What do we have with us here?
A beast that knows no bounds. Like $7,000.
7 grand first, and second, she married a grappler.
It's very true. Very true. But I'd say the $7,000 is forgivable. The grappler, nah, I'm joking.
Grappler, no.
Do you
Let's
know,
get this.
honest to God, grapplers are very nice people, so I can understand. Like, grapplers are actually nice people. They play
Real life.
words
And then they
I
play the
can't say.
game. Yeah, when they play the game. Now, as we saw inside of that previous set, I actually want to give kudos to both CrashTF and MeNeMeN for that fantastic display.
Oh, Ditto. It's going to be easier because I see already the character selection, and I see already a Vexuxe going for Darius Echo on one side, and I see something we saw before. Obviously, is going to be NaBoKiiiii going with Braum and Yasuo. So one new team up is going to be obviously Darius Echo. It is one of the most common one, if I'm correct, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Very, very common. And it does look like they've opted to both use the 2x fuse.
Right.
So one of the things that we are going to be on the lookout here for is not just one assist attack coming out, but twice. And especially with an echo assist, that's something you got to be worrisome about. You got to be really terrified and really respect the echo assist, especially with a Darius on point.
First option here to survive a bit more because that combo seems dangerous.
That means next time you get hit, you haven't got dynamic save to help you. And that is one of the reasons why Braum is so strong. So many players want to like get rabid on you, rush you down. Braum stops that all in its tracks.
Yup. That was an interesting handshake there.
Nice, like a goal here, going to go for the grab, and there you are, Yasuo, you're on the corner. What are you going to do? No burst option to save you this time around. Seems like it's going to be doomed for you. And Brom now all alone. Again, a good damage output, but you're prone to be pressured on the corner, especially when you're against Darius and an Echo. Echo with those mix-up, just like Yasuo, a bit more fancy, if I may say, a bit more sexy, but yeah, same kind of setup you can expect.
I love this from Vexuxe, right? Take your time, relax, sit back, make NaBoKiiiii come to you, and then last second, switch it right up, get the round.
Let's go. Get the round started.
Up.
Yeah, okay. For the record, I do think that Braum is a better matchup for Darius inside the situation, and I think that was a really smart early tag at the start of this round for NaBoKiiiii.
Definitely a good idea to survive a bit more. We saw how Yasuo died and left Brom alone. Maybe the other way could be a different idea. I do hope that obviously NaBoKiiiii will not end up with just one character, but it seems like for now he's just like tanking the pressure without applying any on his side.
Yep.
It's very reactionary from NaBoKiiiii, right?
Yeah.
Like he's letting Vexuxe set the pace, and Vexuxe doing just that. Goes for time wide Oki, forces the dynamic save out of NaBoKiiiii, and then we'll get the switch. Oh my goodness, what the hell? That's a cluster truck if I've seen one.
Yep, very, 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 very messy inside of there. Crazy scramble situations. All right, both players just content to go ahead and get back in the neutral, trying to fish here. Darius ends up landing a Yasuo, hook, line, and sinker, finishing it off. And now only Braum is left there on his lonesome. Has 3 bars, not a place that you want to be. So Echo says not even going to give you a chance. Yep.
Yeah. There you go. Again, grab, and this is going to be up.
Wow.
Vex is on a roll. Again, he won previous game 2-0. We didn't know exactly how it ended up, but from what I'm seeing here, he's pretty angry about the situation. Pretty angry about being in losers.
Now, I agree with this. I agree with this as well, going back to Champion Select, if not only to just reselect the same characters and get the palette advantage, which is incredibly... yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I completely and totally agree. Not necessarily freestyle unless you have some nasty mix that you want to show us, brother. But I do agree with the Echo assist as opposed to the Braum assist. Braum, as a character, as a person who plays Braum here, I don't like Braum into Yasuo. I don't like Braum into Echo. And I really... not a huge fan of Braum into Darius, especially just because Darius wins that damage battle. But I think that Echo assist is going to allow him to be a lot more agile, especially against Vex and Vex's pressure here.
And the biggest problem is if you go behind with 2 big bodies, how are you supposed to catch a Yasuo or Echo? Right, their movement is just on different levels.
You don't.
Yep. He says, rewind, Anya, and you rewind to back when you in neutral and you lose. That's what happens.
Rewind to full screen.
Oh no!
Well, for now, again, no need to rewind on the side of Vexuxe, because this is like the same situation as before, so a bit of a sense of deja vu, a good lead to get things up, to get things started, and yeah, again, applying pressure, putting the rhythm of the game in his hands, and forcing NaBoKiiiii to adapt. It's like for now, it's going to be Echo against 2 people again.
Now, Humming Bee, I completely and totally agree with your very last statement, but I gotta ask, what does deja vu mean in American?
Why don't you ask the Brits? Okay, let's ask the Brits. What does deja vu mean in American, Dunk?
Doesn't sound English to me, mate. Sorry about that one.
Well, it means we are back to game 2, a pretty lead from Vexuxe. Even if we had a change of characters on the side of NaBoKiiiii, it seemed like it wasn't enough. And exactly at the moment I say so, Yasuo is expressing himself for once.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the first offensive spell from NaBoKiiiii we've seen. Sorry, Shoppy.
No, I agree. I'm also very happy to just see NaBoKiiiii actually out here getting something, and especially on a character as important to Vex's team as Echo. Echo has been responsible for most of the combo extensions that he's been able to confirm with Darius. So if he's able to get that Echo assist out of here, that could be a very, very easy round for NaBoKiiiii.
Good idea for NaBoKiiiii to save his Yasuo here. You saw that bleeding already on him. You know that he was going to take a lot of damage from his blocks. So yeah, going back onto Echo on his side, it's going to be a Ditto Echo, and seems like for once, NaBoKiiiii does have a very small lead, I would say. Never mind. Seems like that is going to disappear right now. There we go. And there you applied pressure because you were scared of that of anything, so you went for your parry, for your field, sorry. And there we are. Okay.
Very, very nice.
That's a game of heavies. When it's in your brain, you're done.
Smart. Had to keep that pressure off. Unfortunately, got hit by the grab, and that is going to put Vex up. Wow. Another 2-0? My goodness.
Echo wins.
A genius play. Yeah. That was okay. You know, Dunk, I want to give you an opportunity here to go ahead and comment on that. What did you think of that set starting off?
Vexuxe, I've become a big fan immediately. The control that they had with Echo was very, very cool to watch. And they did one thing in particular that I thought was very cool, and I haven't seen anyone do. They got knocked down with Echo, and they threw the Time Winder behind them. A lot of people want to throw the Time Winder onto you. But this actually stopped them from being able to do retreating guard and 1, get meter, and 2, get out of the block strings. It was different, and I like that. It was refreshing from Vexuxe. I hope to see more from them in the tournament. They are in losers, so if they lose one more, they are out of it. But commiserations to NaBoKiiiii on the other side will be going out of this top 8. Hopefully, you know, enjoy the rest of the hours of the alpha.
Yeah. Very much so. You know, the very next lifespan has actually already been kind of teased over to us. The developers gave us a very, very short video earlier this week stating that there will be another beta, possibly alpha, but that time is to be announced. So I think we're all waiting on bated breath to see that. Hummingbee, are you excited for the very next instance of an alpha lab or possibly a beta lab?
Definitely, because I know that the next lab is just going to add some little adjustments here and there, but we are going to see, as Dunk was saying, people start to get to the next level, start to go for the counter on the fuse, start to use those parries a bit more, because we've seen already how it is tremendously useful against Darius, for example, and it will imply that people will then start to mix up the timings, and it will just add another layer of play on both on every character in the game. So yeah, for now, both players already in there.
The very first, this is actually, I just want to give kudos. This is the very first set that we're seeing here on stream with an Ahri assist, and this kind of goes back to what Dunk was talking about before, with kind of like the Dragon Ball players really coinciding and really gelling with Ahri assist, especially for the remnants that we're seeing from other fighting games like that Vegeta. Ahri is able to do some really nasty mix-ups, and I think that Barn is really comfortable with her, which is why we're getting a lot of these handshakes in and out from Ahri assist.
I love, like, my favorite thing about Ahri assist is, like, no matter what team fighter game you came from, you have a representative, right? Some people calling it Cold Star assist. I was looking at them like, what the hell is a Cold Star? I've never seen Cold Star in my life, right? But it's like, it's really, it feels like home to a lot of players, and you can use the OTG, go for mix-ups, extend your combos. Ahri's just the dual character at the moment, and has great confirms to match, and with that JH, we'll find a hit Barn going crazy. We're gonna see the loops.
Yeah,
not enough to finish all, but that was still a lot of damage, and you see the life roam on the side for Crash already pretty low here. Obviously, he's going to finally find a good advantage with Darius, but is it going to be enough to even the odds? I'm not sure, unfortunately.
Okay. Smart handshake tag there. Just gonna go ahead and let Ahri heal. And I just want to state that is something we've been seeing a lot as we go further inside the bracket as well. A lot of tags to just go ahead and get that health back as well. In previous team fighter games, we've not seen it this early inside of the instance where people are very cognizant of their entire team's health. But I do want to say inside this entire top 8, people have been very aware, said, hey, let me go ahead and heal you up to get that health back in. Very good awareness from both players.
And, like, I think the next level for some of these players is, like, taking that opportunity to start wailing on assists, right? Once you tag out, that character ain't doing nothing no more. You can swing as much as you want. But we're going to get a timeout, actually, in this first game. Crash will end up taking it.
How do you keep sight of the time every time? I'm always stuck on the game itself, always forget to
Same.
look at the timer. How do you do it, Dunk?
There's so
Amazono.
much. There's so much.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. Carry on.
This man says I have no soul. What do you mean?
Exactly. That's what I
The
heard.
real battle is not between me and the opponent, but me and the timer.
Whenever I play a game, I'm fighting you. I'm fighting you. You're fighting me and the clock.
For the
That's how it
record,
is.
Crash there was fighting him, and I don't know. It don't even feel like the clock no more, brother. That health disappeared. That health disappeared, bro.
Official one from both sides, and then some bleeding to finish it all. Again, CrashTF just using Darius to its fullest potential. Let's see now how Ari can do against two strong boys. It's going to be pretty hard. Yeah. Can she touch the ground? Can she touch the ground? Thank you. No! 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 Reverse!
Double down! Ooh!
What an air-to-air! What a confirmed
Wow.
Crash on that
Oh.
counter hit air-to-air takes that second round. Goes absolutely crazy. Yo, Crash is showing the hell up. I was doubting Crash for a second. After I saw that combo mid-screen, I was like, okay, maybe you are the real deal. Maybe I should have given you more credit. Crash takes game number 1 going crazy.
I want to take this moment to just apologize to PlayStation All-Stars. I didn't respect Crash Bandicoot as much as I should have. Okay, I didn't do any of that, and I'm sitting here looking at the next reiteration, the next resurrection, the next reincarnation of Crash Bandicoot staring dead at me in this game, and I apologize.
I was not familiar with your game. What I heard.
I'm gonna apologize for absolutely nothing. That game sucked. Anyway, back into the game. Back into the game, Barn. Got slight life lead. And you can see, Barn is trying to be careful around the barrier, but that means you're already losing, right? The minute you care is the minute you start losing, because now you know Crash is in your head. Crash is making you take a second, you're stepping back, that's Crash's turn. Taking that straight away, tries to press. After that headbutt, it is not plus as much as it feels like it's plus. And here we go, Echo Mix, no, can't quite get it. The break pushes out of the chronosphere.
Trying to open the mix-up, didn't get anything close, but no cigar. Once more for Burn here. He does manage. What? He's just moving around, but the last finisher move isn't connecting every time.
Really nice, really nice there to get in.
Ah, finally, Ari doing something, doing some damage, taking the life of Darius here, and going for the SP1 just for good nature. I understand it.
Sometimes you can't leave it up to the Master of Time. Sometimes you gotta leave it up to that spirit, Ari.
Messiah.
Love is the strongest emotion, right?
Yes.
Especially when it's forced upon you by a nine-tailed fox.
Honey, love is a battlefield, and Ari is completely and totally in control. This heavy pressure is coming out. 2 times assist does get punished there. You know, 2 times assist does make that assist sit there longer, and what that is just even more time to Braum, for Braum to show you how strong of a man he truly is. Echo's not going to be able to rewind on that one. That's a dead Ari this round.
And it seems like Braum Echo seems to be like a good matchup because Braum can just catch that ball the moment he does do one single misstep and just adds so much damage on his face. Look at that!
Yeah. Yeah.
Harry comes out, can't quite get the confirm. Oh, the
Oh, there we go.
Blocks the dynamic save.
Yes.
Gets the. Oh my God.
The Master of Time competing against the clock. 3, 2, 1, honey. What you gonna do? Braum says it's a timeout for you. That puts Crash up another round, 1 literal round away from a 2-0. This feels like a repeat of what we saw against MeNeMeNs. Crash says, I don't care how many men you send against me. Me and this timer always got my back, honey.
No, that's so unfortunate, right? You have the hit, you don't have the awareness to the time, so you end up losing out to Crash. And Barn is taking that one personally, going hella aggressive in round number 2.
Yeah.
With 3 bar to spend, maybe spend some of it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think Barn is fine with this because saving it for the confirmed kill, I think, is a smarter move for sure. Unfortunately, without double down, really hard there to finish that off, especially with a character like Ari. But I think he's happy to just go ahead and get a reset, especially with all of this corner pressure. fishing right now. Braum wants to get out. Are we going to see the handshake? We are.
Oh,
Takes this advantage. Yeah, that's, I believe, what Ari wanted to save that meter for. And I think that's why we saw Ari collapse so quickly immediately after that handshake. Almost baited it.
That's the biggest problem, right? You hit the Braum, but couldn't quite finish off the combo.
Yeah.
And now Braum gets an opportunity with that double down.
Yeah.
See Barnes switch into the Echo, get aggressive with that time winder. Wants the plus frames down S2. Save me 2. Goes into the double down level 1 as well. Switches back into Darius. Just calls Braum to get some extra damage and go away.
Dunk, isn't that the same thing we just saw like literally 10 seconds ago? Like we see Burn again adding pressure on CrashTF, pushing him in the corner, and then Crash wakes up, goes for SP1 into SP1 into, hey, it's even, baby. And hey, I took the lead.
Honey, that's 2x KO, baby. Where's your curly mustache?
Oh my god.
Oh. Ah.
Wowzers.
And the second one for good measure again. And there's the bleeding. There's the bleeding. He's going to die from this.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
Destroys it with the battering ram, and
wow.
that's gonna be chip.
That's 2-0. That's 2-0.
What?
That's 2-0. Crash moves forward inside of this bracket 2-0 with yet another life to live. Now, I gotta come over to you here, Humming Bee. I see your hands. I see just the general. You were so surprised. You're like, didn't we see this before? Didn't we see this before from Barn? Talk to us about what happened inside of that previous match and why we saw CrashTF come out victorious yet again.
So, déjà vu means already seen, okay? And
this man looked it up.
No. I just took time to just connect the two brain cells, the one that speaks French, the one that speaks English, and say, hey, you actually know how to translate this. Wake up. Anyway, so what I was saying there is literally you saw how Ari was just adding pressure and managing to put those heavy boys on one side of the screen and keep them here for like half a minute. That's great. The damage is ramping up. You see the chip damage little by little, but the moment the combo wasn't through anymore, what did you get? SP1 into get back in your corner, and oh, it's even again. This is time to just get back into it, so to just do exactly the whole work you did once more. The issue is, when you're facing a Darius, you get some chip damage, and then you get one moment you just caught up, and you just lose half of your health. And this is exactly what just happened there. You seem to be in the lead, you seem to get the rim going for you, except you weren't from the get-go. You would had to stay to keep how to say. You had to stay awake the whole time. Do not blink a single time, otherwise you're dead.
Yeah, no, very, very Clockwork Orange there. Had to watch the entire time. Dunk, any thoughts on how Barn could have possibly come out the victor from that previous set?
Head empty, down S2 only. That's the only thing I was thinking. Like, down S2 for Darius changes the game so much, right? You get hit by 2 of them, good luck, have fun.
I think they are already in. I think.
Oh my goodness!
He didn't wait at all for a basheeee against MeNeMeNs. He's already going in.
Fantastic! We already have MeNeMeN inside of this lobby, starting the match. Let's get straight into it. Dunk, I'll allow you to take it away.
Absolutely, and both of these guys get aggressive immediately. And one thing I like about MeNeMeNs Darius, he doesn't waste time. He's not like, I don't want to do all this footsie stuff. Get me right in and let me start swinging at you. And that's exactly what's happening. basheeee, I think, tried to jump out there on the apprehend follow-up. Won't work out. That wasn't interesting for him. When a man is in the air, I wouldn't try that button personally. But look, man, MeNeMeNs is made so different.
Goodness me, again, you see how... tell me if I'm wrong, but we saw basheeee earlier today, right? Was it the first set or the second set, right?
Yes, that's correct.
The first one, I remember the Fury Fuse now. Seems like Ilaoi again just lost here against Darius, and Yasuo will push it back to a Ditto Yasuo now.
Ooh, really good pressure here.
I love the offense structure that MeNeMeNs is using. It's quite simple, but effective. Throws, stomps, that's all you need, and MeNeMeNs takes that first round fairly convincingly, only going the character down, Sharpie.
You know, I'm really happy in general just to see another Alawi this late inside of the bracket, just because we haven't seen it so frequently so far. But Hummingbee, I gotta ask, what's going on right here inside this corner? Why is Alawi allowed to bring out these tentacles like this, Hummingbee? I'm not quite sure.
I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain because, as Dunk was saying, I'm here for some Ilawi play, and it seems like first round she kind of died in the first like 20 seconds. So finally, some time to express herself. We're going to tag team out and see Yasuo now. Except we. Oh, right. What just happened there? I see the lot. Oh, okay. Back to Yasuo against Darius. Nothing changed. I thought there were going to be some tag teams going on, some tag teams involved. But alas, we are going to be into one classic match we saw a few times. We're going to see mix up some shimmies from the side of from Yasuo to try to survive the pressure of Darius by applying even more pressure. Dunk, do you think he can make it?
Oh, that's absolutely not dead. Glad I saved that one. Chip comes out in the end. Actually, we'll finish it off with the Alawi. I like the choice there to use the tag launcher from basheeee. I like that choice for the parry even more. And that's going to be good damage as long as he can get the loops. But that drop will spend that spell the end of that combo. And now basheeee trying to continue that offense in the corner, Sharpie.
Ooh, really, really, really nice link here. Has the meter to finish it up and make it quite true. Do they want to spend it for this Alawi? Only time will tell. That fuse, specifically being Fury, could be a threat right now, Hummingbee, and we're starting to see why this fuse is a real threat for sure.
Definitely. You just activated my trump card. There we are. SP3. Is it going to be enough? Dunk, you may have been in that situation before. Do you think he's going to die from it?
I'm the wrong person to ask it.
Never
You're
mind
the wrong man.
The pressure on the sheet is enough to just take it. In my book, he died from the SP. Okay?
Good OS.
Round start. Good tag out. Yeah. Now, Dunk, I gotta ask really quickly, do you expect Darius to come out on top from this Alawi versus Darius matchup so far? We are obviously seeing the pressure in Darius' side, but do we expect it to maintain that way?
Yes. Next question, Your Honor. Like, it's Darius, baby. Like,
No, it's Darius.
You down us too, and you super, and people may die. That being said, this is suddenly getting very, very sticky. Nearly a big happy birthday combo, but right now basheeee is struggling to get that character out. Wants to get the Alawi safe. Not a lot of health to work with, but how he's going to do that? Hummingbee.
No, I just wanted to say that Nagakaburos is quite happy with what she just ate here. A double hit with those tentacles just going to even things out for Ilawi that, as you were saying, was in a pretty dire situation. And I think the first round between these two players, Ilawi just got melted by Darius. So yeah, she kind of got her revenge this time around. But Sharpie, tell me if you think it's going to be enough, because right now Yasuo on the side, or the Yasuo from the side of basheeee is just getting wrecked.
Yeah, MeNeMeN is really taking advantage of that freestyle we saw in the very last combo without having to use any meter whatsoever. This is kind of why I'm a little bit concerned when it comes to basheeee, and I was concerned about it, and I believe inside the very first match I mentioned it. I don't feel like Fury has been putting that work in. I just don't. I'm looking at the pressure coming out from Darius, I'm looking at the pressure coming out from Yasuo, and now I'm watching the health disappear. So of course, Dunk, what that is commentator's coast. First.
You know, it was so perfectly timed. It was like, I want to see any Fury damage coming out. Like, oh,
what did you say about Fury, Sharpie? What did you say about
One touch. One touch. That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
Wait.
Hey, look, man, I'm waiting for the Darius S2. That's the only thing I believe in. Do it for me. Do it, MeNeMeNs.
She's going. Oh, Harry? No way.
Oh, no. No!
75% health. There's no way
right?
to give up, right?
No way. No. There's. Come on, right?
Dunk, you've been in this situation before. Does it kill or not?
Get the hell out of here. I have no idea. That thing's not coming true. And MeNeMeNs will close that one out with a stand medium punch. Or stand medium punch? Stand medium. Look, that was nearly very bad. The Fury fuse actually coming in clutch to a degree, but I want to know, Sharp, because you've hated it the entire time. You still
I just want to say, you know, I know that I hate Fury a lot, but I just want to say, for the record, a grab would have won there. A grab would have won him the round. Just at hindsight 2020, I'm commentating cursing, but that would have won. Now, Hummingbee, as we go into this very next round, what are we looking at?
Please tell me if I'm wrong, but I haven't seen a single grab out of this game.
Ooh, you spitting.
I do not remember seeing a single grab, so these ones are just going in with their fists and their kicks and just trying to get the win this way. Seems like, I mean, if you're there we go, thank you. They are listening to the stream. They are definitely listening to the stream. MeNeMeNs is listening to the stream right now as we speak. Again, as I was saying before, Dunk, do you agree in the fact that right now, this is the moment you see how they understood exactly how their opponent is reacting to everything they are putting on the table? It is time for them to adapt, finally.
Yeah, and we're seeing that already. Like, MeNeMeNs is starting to use his push block a bit more. Wants to get basheeee off his face. And that is smart, very logical. Have to be careful though, right? The push block can get blown up by lows, or if the assist isn't push blocked, you can tag right into them. But MeNeMeNs continues that offense, will find the connection, gets that 1-frame link. It is a 1-frame link. It's quite hard to do. Respect to MeNeMeNs. But we'll end up dropping the combo. But this offense is looking stacked, isn't it, Sharpie?
Yes, it is really, really good use of that. Oh my gosh, I believe it's push block to get out of that situation. And actually, what's crazy is just slightly underneath the necessary aspect to trigger that Fury yet again. A little bit less health now. Fury is activated, but is it a second too late? Hummingbee, is he going to be able to cash out this meter to kill that Alawi?
Seems like again he's not going to use his specials this time around. I don't remember MeNeMeNs going for any special with that Yasuo yet. So for what I see, he just decided to put Ilaoi in that Fury range and just to give him that clutch factor again. Let's see if it's going to be enough. He's going to rush in, add pressure on both characters, but alas, look at that. It seems like basheeee is going to be able to express it. Wait.
You forgot the timer!
Again!
You forgot the timer yet again, my good sir!
Can you teach me how to get used to this timer, please?
The trick is to stop interacting with your enemy and start interacting with the time.
What did I expect from you? What did I even expect from you?
So you know,
anyway.
you know what it is, Hummingbee? Inside of the UK, specifically inside of London, where Dunk is from, they have this really big tower called Ben, and he actually makes it...
Me and Big Ben are best friends. I hear him every night. He's not quiet. I always know the time.
That's what it is, Hummingbee. I'm just gonna tell you.
Well, can you tell me what just happened then in the past 30 seconds for MeNeMeNs to lose like literally every inch of health he had on this Darius?
Yeah, Dunk, tell us, please.
Wow. Really throwing down the ditch here, huh? No, I'm joking. Look, it's just Alawi tentacles, right? Alawi tentacles come out and they are always useful. Even if you're not using them yourselves. I remember Hummingbee mentioned that no one was throwing. Alawi is the throw character, right? You get free combos from the tentacles. You want to be throwing as soon as you can get the setup. But the problem with basheeee has been getting those set up. And really, MeNeMeNs has been doing the same freestyle fuse mix-up, but basheeee has been adapting and learning to block. And as we get into this Super 2, I wonder, what is the mix-up going to be, Sharpie?
Is he going to kill? Dunk, you've been in this situation before.
It's definitely not going to kill. But I will say that I do think that that's the exact mix-up I was going to say. I do think that jumping, like almost like, I don't remember the button that it's associated with. I want to say it's an S2, actually, that you come down with. That's an amazing can opener for Alawi, especially against a character like Yasuo. If she gets in, it's just, you're not able to respond, especially if you already know that he's dedicated to pressing a button. And that's just something that Alawi players know and kind of love there. But Hummingbee, we're looking at an upward battle right now for MeNeMeNs.
Definitely, but he does have the tools to do so, Darius and Yasuo, and we know the damage output with Yasuo, we've seen it before. But the only question, is he going to use his specials this time around? Because every single there we are, finally one. No number 2, did you get it off?
Didn't have the juice.
Yeah, it's...
Dunk telling you to look at your watch, Hummingbee.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw. No, I didn't check.
Oh, this is close. Oh, this is close, actually. This could actually be. You know what? Literally one touch. One touch.
2 characters, right?
Yeah. Well, it's not just the one characters. It's their total health.
Oh, it's the total of life.
Yes.
Okay, got you.
So it was very, very, very close. That's a singular interaction. And you know, after a loss like that, how do you come back from something like that, Dunk? How do you mentally reset inside of your head after 2 timer outs?
Do you know what? Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you take the problem from the last 2 games and say, you know what? That happened and I need to be aware of it, because the time has been the biggest enemy right now. basheeee has not been able to close it out in that time. that last one was very, very close. We're going to have to do more in the early seconds of these rounds, and that's exactly what basheee's doing, I mean, B.
Yeah, he's exactly doing that right now, using that furry fuse to just try to even things out. But he's getting stuck into this, again, either corner, either parry. He on the defense overall. Seems like MeNeMeNs just want to add pressure, even if he doesn't like bring a lot of damage, because he knows that the timer is on his side. And if he just force his opponent to be on the parry, on the defensive, he'll win eventually. What do you think about this, Sharpie? Do you think that, again, Banshee can adapt and go for the offensive for once without being like put in the corner first?
First of all, I want to say I disagree with the timing of that burst there. I actually feel like he should have done it significantly earlier, even if he was going to be inside of the corner for it. But as we move forward inside of this, I actually think the pressure that basheee's getting from Yasuo, even though he's getting hit now, I do think it was a smart decision. And now MeNeMeNs is just doing exactly what we've seen MeNeMeNs do this entire tournament, which is just nasty, crazy Yasuo work. I'm still just not seeing the fuse utilization that I want to see from basheeee to justify it so far inside of this bracket. And this is really smart bringing Illaoi in. This is actually going to kill. This is actually going to be a killing setup right here. What? But unless he get hit. You know what's? But the crazy thing about Fury.
Perfect kill setup, as you were saying. Beautiful.
Thank you. I mean, I'm a professional commentator, yes. Dunk, you know, the interesting thing about Fury is that Fury also attacks, I believe, on the chip damage as well. So I'd be interested to see if that happens more, but obviously Darius doing Darius things, of course, Dunk.
Hey, man, he's called the Hand of Noxus for a reason. He operates exactly how he needs to get the dub, and did it right there for MeNeMeNs. One thing we haven't seen, actually, when you do get Fury, you get access to dash cancels out of certain specials and certain moves. I want to see that from basheeee, because you're not utilizing half of the fuse that you've got.
You better speak on it, brother. You better talk.
We'll see how the start of this second round goes. I mean, B.
No, please elaborate. Keep on elaborating on that thing, because dash out of fur, this is the first time I hear about this one.
Yeah, so you can, like, okay, I'm going to give you guys some really toxic tech. If you do wake up attack with Fury Fuse, you can dash cancel out of this. And wake up attack is frame 0. It's immediate. So if it isn't completely baited, now you're completely out. In fact, you're starting your own pressure. There's a guy called UI Lazarus and there's a guy called Telsimus 3. They are the worst people I know in this game because they use Fury Fuse, both of them. And they use it to just do DP dash cancel and completely ruin my day. I want to see that from basheeee. And Sharpie, I don't like that. I don't like the look you had in your eye when you heard that. You sounded excited about DP dash cancels.
I come from Skullgirls. I come from the game where if you're blocking, you're losing. And everything you just described to me as a Braum player makes me feel a certain way, and that way is very positive, honestly.
But you know what makes me feel positive? That combo we've seen from Illaoi here.
Yeah.
On the edge of being on the Furry, yeah, it was one hit away from Furry. Is it going to be the hit, though? Because right now, I saw Yasuo just being there to die. Thank you for your contribution, I guess. And now we have a very tense situation for basheeee here, because we have the Furry, sure, but we've bleeding already applied. Oh, sorry, never mind, just disappeared.
Yeah. Now that Fury is going to be nasty, but you know the big issue here is that last stand coming out from Yasuo isn't going to be as advantageous defensively as Illaoi's going to want, as opposed to that Darius assist that we saw from MeNeMeN. Putting MeNeMeN up inside of this set, I believe that is actually 2-0. Now we are inside of top 8. I don't know if this is going to be a 3-0 here. Yeah, that is going to do it for MeNeMeN. MeNeMeN moves forward inside this bracket, destroying the hearts of MeNeMeN, including basheeee. Best regards over to basheee's fantastic showcase there. I actually want to go over here to Humming Bee. Now let's just give some words here to basheeee. What could basheeee have done better? Obviously, Dunk went ahead and gave us kind of synopsis on Fury Fuse and why some players may utilize it moving forward, but what are your general thoughts?
He did prove us a pretty good usage of that Fury when he had the opportunity to express himself. Overall, the only thing that was lacking is he couldn't express himself that many times because he was being pressured on the corner a few times here and there, and we saw how he got timed out twice already. So it just proved that he was kind of a bit too much maybe on the defensive, maybe too much playing in the palm of his opponent. So maybe change that, take the lead for once or twice in the next set. But nah, he could have no choked. He just sent in the stream. No, basheeee, you played quite well actually, and
I was very impressed by basheee's play.
That Ilau was wonderful for real, mate.
Can we just get a round of applause real quick from the commentary desk for basheeee? Because that very first round, that Ilau play with the Fury comeback, I personally did not expect at all. And just really quick, Dunk, while we still have basheeee momentarily inside the chat, are there any words of wisdom that you'd like to pass down as someone who got absolutely annihilated by a few Fuse players, specifically Fury Fuse players in the past?
Use the dash cancels. The dash cancels are the most oppressive part of that Fuse. Obviously, 40% damage is no joke. I love 40% damage. It's great. But use those dash cancels, right? When I originally didn't think they were that strong, and then when you see someone doing like a 5H swing at you, they can start getting really aggressive. But I think for the players, they can get started. We're gonna get Vexuxe going up against CrashTF. I am excited for this one. Vexuxe made me a fan from early.
Yeah.
But Crash made me a fan from late. Crash is disrespectful. And I'm seeing that start to come out in the play. But Sharpie, who do you think is gonna be taking this one?
Now, Vex made very quick work previously, actually so fast that I wasn't even able to write down their opponent's team, which was very surprising to me. Crash has done a great job of matching their opponent's energies at the start of every single one of these matches. We saw it against MeNeMeNs. We saw it against their opponent earlier inside of winners, inside of losers as well. And so as Vex moves through this specific tournament, what I'm really going to be interested in is seeing who actually gets the round start hit immediately, because that's really what it comes down to. Vex has always immediately gotten that pressure off the round start, so I'm very interested on seeing how Darius responds here.
Let's go.
Let's see. Okay. Yeah, and Humming Bee, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Exactly what I said. See, Darius going straight in, utilizing any and all pressure they can.
Now you were right in this again. We are going to see the rush already used on the side of CrashTF. Again, I am quite confident in the matchup Braum against Eco, but Darius against Braum against Eco, but Braum against Darius, that's a completely different story. You have to get that man out.
Yeah, I think Darius is actually one of the characters that deals with Braum really, really well because of that Super 2. You can always swing at him and be like, okay, whoever was behind that shield is also getting clapped. But Crash already experiencing the trouble that is Vex, going so offensive, says, I don't even care if this is negative. I'm swinging for the fences because I know that Braum is taking the damage, Sharpie.
Yeah. You know, and that's kind of the thing. After you get that assist gone, you really only have to worry about like that last assist, that last stand coming out. And when it's on cooldown, especially from like, you know, you having just called it or something like that, you don't have to worry as much. Like last stand is up right now, but now you're predicting it. Now you're expecting it. Now Vex is daring for you to call that last stand.
Yeah, you were saying it again. When you know what to expect, when this is literally the only option you got to get out of a very tense situation, you just have to be wary of it and expect it to happen. On the other hand, though, if you have all the tools of a Darius and a Nico to just mix up your opponent, that's another story. Wait, why am I... Oof, that was tense. I was scared for a second there. Dunk, do you think that we are going to see Braum do a bit more this time around?
Good question. Not with this Echo getting aggressive straight away. one thing about Vex is Vex does not care about the round starts. Vex is like, I'm doing what I want to do and you're going to respect it. But you were talking earlier about the matchup between Braum and Echo, right? The timeline that is Echo's greatest tool in his arsenal to sort of control the pace of the game. He can't use that as effectively against Braum. Braum has many great answers. The stand behind me, shield, the battering ram, all of these go through projectiles. And that's big, actually. Vex gonna waste 2 bar on a super that does not land. But Crash makes his land true. What do you think we're getting from Mick, Sharpie?
Now, I just want to say, this is the second time now that Crash has utilized a lot of the armored moves coming from Braum to attack Vex's aggressive energy, and it's working really, really well. Now, without that Echo assist, like Crash is in a very, very advantageous state. Truthfully, as long as Crash gets this Braum out healthy, he's fine. Yeah, but you can't do it when you have, you know, double down and And absolutely no meter, huh, Humming?
Sorry, no meter indeed. And there we are. Vexuxe again going to get on the corner. And it's going to be tough, isn't it? Is it going to kill? Doug, you've been in that situation before. Do you think this is going to kill?
Get away from me! How did you get this number? Oh my god, down S2 again!
No.
I am gonna have actual nightmares about down S2 after this alpha is done. Because the amount of times I've seen that into Super 2 and it's absolutely obliterated. But I love that from Vex. Vex tagged in, acknowledged that there was a barrier in his face and said, I'm gonna throw you.
Yeah.
This is a really good shield, but can it block throws? The answer is no. Good work from Vex, but we'll see how his offense continues. Sharpie, what are you thinking?
And that's one of the things that I'm really appreciating about Vex. You know, earlier inside of this set, specifically previous round, I actually stated that Vex has just been so aggressive. So incredibly aggressive this entire time. We're still seeing that aggression come through, but these adaptations are what surprised me the most, honestly, Humming Bee.
Yeah, adaptation is the it is again what you expect from a best of 5, but we're only on game 2 at this point, so that's why I'm a bit scared from what's going to happen on the side of CrashTF, because he's going to show his hand a bit more, and you see already how Vexuxe just going to go for the pressure again and again. He's been on the aggressiveness for like the past minute and a half already, and it seems like it's working quite well.
It is, isn't it, Dunk?
Yep, it's been aggression like but controlled. It's been sensible from Vex, right?
Yeah.
As Vex does end up getting hit. I think the problem that Vex is gonna have is the Oki that they're doing leaves a lot of leeway, right? They're doing the safe Oki, but not the cutthroat, I'm coming for you. You're not understanding this mix-up, Oki, and that is why Crash is taking advantage. Wake up attack will not hit. The dynamic save will come through, and that Darius is bleeding, but importantly, is safe, Hummingbee.
It is safe. He is safe, but that was very close. And that Darius... oh, wait. Wait, is it going to be the SP1 into SP1 again? Okay. Sharpie, I think that these players have their own game plan. It works so well, they don't think they need even to change it. And I can't even prove them wrong.
Yeah, no, I completely understand. It's one of those things, they're totally fine just getting... Look at all these counter hits. Look at all these counter hits they're getting at these late stages. What we're seeing at the further moments of these sets is just a total and complete disregard for a lot of these buttons. We're just seeing the raw aggression come in. I know I win this engagement. I know you don't, and I will challenge this button. That is the level that we are now at, Dunk.
They're getting to the point where, like, we're at the point of the tournament now where it's adaptations on adaptations. Oh, you're trying to parry me? I'm delaying my strings. Oh, you're delaying your strings? I'm taking my turn back. And I love this from both of the players. And that's, again, Crash knows exactly what he's doing with this battering ram, right? He's trying to shut down that offensive sort of echo neutral, but Vex trying to fight back. And I'm not sure if I agree with the decision to switch into that, Darius. Thank you very much, Crash. I know you're listening to me and switch right back into that brawl.
Yeah, this is again, I think you were talking about adaptation and how to temper the aggressiveness from both sides. But little by little you can see again Vex is taking a little bit a short one this time around, but Brom is again stuck in that corner. You've seen that battering ram before. Why isn't he using it now? Because he doesn't have the chance to. Echo is just applying pressure with his projectiles. Finally, we are going to get off this corner, but I think it's a bit too late, Sharpie.
No, that's exactly what I've said before. I know earlier inside of this tournament, I don't like Braum into Echo. Braum has slow buttons. Braum can't get started against Echo. And now it's a Darius v Darius match. Dunk Master Darius. Dunk, give us the input. What are we looking for?
How happy are you about this one, Sharpie? On a scale of 1 to 10, are we closer to the 1 or closer to the 9?
I mean, there's too many dunks for me to really be honest about that input, to be honest, Humming.
I'm just one of the dunks now. I promise I'm original.
Yeah, Dunk, what are you seeing here?
I'm seeing a Darius take his lumps, or well, give out his lumps, better to say. And now it's Darius on Darius action. Who S2 first? Who down S2's first? Nobody, because it's finished very, very, very quickly by Vex, and we'll end up getting that round 1. I am interested to see if any of these players are aware of an interaction Darius has with all projectiles. That Super 2 that we see actually gets rid of projectiles. This is not limited to just specials. It can do this with supers as well. I'm talking about Echo Time Winder. I'm talking about Ari Charm level 2. I'm wondering if we're going to see that from any of the players, but right now it's offense from the Braum, and that is why we go unbreakable, baby. Basheeee, what are you seeing, buddy?
Sound is so like good when you see you hear your armor going through on unbreakable. When you hear that little ting, you know you're in for a good time. And this is exactly what just happened there. Braum taking a very good lead here for CrashTF. Obviously, he just lost round 1, but right now he's just again. Did you see that? He got unbreakable, used it, got another one, used it. Third unbreakable is going to use it again, but this time he's just going to take a kill with it. Sharpie.
Yeah. I appreciate finishing off with double down. I do want to say for the record, CrashTF throughout the entirety of this bracket has been very good about finishing their food when they get that confirm and when they have the meter. And that's what I really appreciate, especially about team fighting games, Dunk.
Absolutely. Like in any team game that I've ever seen or played, it's always about finishing your plate, right? Getting rid of that character at the first opportunity, and that is a mistake Vex has made, but will not be punished so far. And now it is a battle between the Braum and the Darius. That was confident. Crash was straight in with the butt cheeks, and then went straight in with the door. We'll take that round. So 1 apiece here in game number 2.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
A home run with that door.
Very, very
just
nice.
explained to us the bat in battering ram. Anyway, moving on. Echo against Braum, something we saw earlier. Let's see how now Braum can get off the corner. And again, we saw a mix-up from Echo getting back behind him, and there we are, the pressure with that projectile again. Again, another sense of deja vu for the Master of Time, Sharpie.
No, I absolutely agree. And, you know, this is exactly what we saw the very last round. This Braum play from Crash is absolutely filling me with so much joy. This is exactly what I expect from Braum. What's crazy is, like, even though I don't like the Braum-Echo matchup, when you get in with Braum, regardless of who your opponent is, you are in a disgusting amount of oppression session, Dunk.
Nearly a TOD. Hold on. I was watching that. I was very, very scared. Nearly a TOD. Doesn't even need it. Makes the burst as well. Crash is taking control of this second game and looking to close it out. And like you said, Sharpie, that double down has been coming in clutch. And now with your Vex, any hit is scary to you now. Because he can do the Super 1 and lead into the Super 2 for the second character. And Vex, things are looking scary now. Bend or break, you're choosing break, buddy. And there is the S1 as well. Not quite dead, but if you're Vex, you're on your last legs, you're praying, will get the counter hit, but can't confirm level 2, but it's not going to hit. The bursts don't actually stop it, and that's going to be a punish coming out from Crash, and it close out in game number 2.
Sorry, this game 2 had just made me rediscover my sexuality, because I felt so many intense emotions. That was something.
Sorry. I wasn't expecting that. I'm so sorry. I know the French are. I know the French are really, really open. I just.
I'll be honest. Have you seen how Crash just went through that round?
Yeah, you got it. You got it, brother. You got it. You got it.
Anyway, what's his at? What's his at on Twitter? I have to ask something afterwards. Anyway.
Dunk, over to you. Over to you. How are we starting off this round? And is Vex going to be able to come back from that disgusting, once again, oppressive play that we saw from Crash?
It is not looking likely, right? I'm looking at the Braum as the comeback. Well, the start of this comeback for Crash. But I think the biggest problem is he hasn't been able to do anything about the Unbreakable, right? Once Crash gets into Unbreakable, it's been really, really tough for Vex to even get started. And you can see, like, Vex is actually just flailing now with all of these Echo clones, Echo Time replays.
Yeah.
And Crash is just sitting there, big chilling.
Yeah. No, there are a lot of opportunities, I think, that Echo's trying to do with a lot of these after images. But once again, look, here comes the double down. Here we go. Almost literally every single time. I actually can't think of a single time this past set where CrashTF has actually dropped that double down. Can you think of any times, Basheeee?
I do agree with you on this one. So same thing. And again, we see the pressure from Crash just going to... Oh, wait, never mind. This time around, it seems like it is going to Vexuxe going for his own. This one hurts. This one hurts personally.
Yeah.
Dunk?
Yeah.
And I like that really smart choice there from Crash to go straight into the super. Don't even give them the chance to burst and will put themselves on set point. CrashTF looking to send Vex out of this one, and it's been this all along. The Braum Shield stopping any sort of offense, but now Vex going crazy on the assist, comes back down to hit Braum, and will connect, goes into the S2, but won't quite get the kill, and that's the burst used by Vex now, Sharpie.
Really surprised that Crash actually challenged that, especially after the install there on Echo, honestly, Dunk. I was very inside. I actually want to go back over to you, because I know you are somewhat of an Echo specialist here. Was that safe for Braum to do in that situation? Obviously, Crash is coming out positive in this instance.
It's one of them ones where it's like 50-50 for both of us. We both get them. Like, you're zero on it, so it's like, whoever's brave enough to press a button is gonna press a button. So, but I will say it's heavily stacked in Echo's favor, right? He can go into the clone follow-up, which is the break, which takes him backwards and then forwards, and it's very evasive and can stuff a lot of buttons. So very brave press by Crash, but works out in the end. Darius is gone, and honestly, that's the character that was putting in the work for Vex.
As
We
you
go
were
into
saying,
this. Yeah, go on, Hunting. I'm sorry.
So, did you see how many command grabs CrashTF did manage to put in this time around with Braum? He just got a kill with it, and you can see the adaptation we were talking about earlier. So, Echo obviously being a very bad matchup for Braum, he did manage to chip at least half of itself, and that Darius I expected to do better in that matchup. He's just getting kicked out of it. Look at that.
Oh, good block on the overhead, and actually, Vex baits out the grab from Crash, and now it's a 1v1. Braum in Unbreakable versus his Echo. That's a great throw. Could go into the level 2, doesn't quite time Winder to lock him down. Tries to throw, won't connect, but the overhead will. And there's the burst from Vex, Sharpie.
Unbreakable is up, went to spend it right there, didn't get the bro, says, hey, honey, let me introduce you to my good friends, the Poros, because it's snack time, honey. Nap, nap, eat, chomp, chomp. There's your health. There's the set. My man, CrashTF, brought this entire thing back 3-0, I believe. My God. Okay. I'm going to take a few more seconds before I go over to you here, Dunk. But I just want to say that was not what I expected as I have this set. I expected Vex's aggression and adaptation to carry him throughout this set. When did we see the change from CrashTF there? When did we see it?
I think the biggest change there was stopping Vex's game plan. Earlier on, we saw Vex's movement really carry him. With the Echo, he was moving all over the place. But the big thing is that Braum shuts down a lot of the movement because you can't dash block in this game, right? So you have to be so careful with these full screen moves like the battering ram, like the Glacial Fissure. And I think that's what really swung it over to Crash's favor in the end. But Honeybee, what did you think was the biggest change in that set for Vex and Crash?
Again, he was using that battering ram quite well the whole set, but that command grab against Darius just to remove him from the equation at the beginning of game 3 was, I think, the tipping edge for him. And this is how he did manage to just, well, sign the contract he just spent 2 games already writing down. And, well, again, I'm sorry, what was his tag again? The Vexuxe?
Vexuxe.
Yeah, Vexuxe. Did wonders during the whole set, but seems like Braum was a tad too much to chew on in the end.
Very much so. Very much so. You know, fantastic play from both players. As we get started to see even more being brought into the integration of not just team fighters, but 2xKO, let's go ahead and take a look at this round start, Dunk.
Yep. We got a big game here. basheeee, CrashTF in that winners final. We've seen both of these players really step up their game as of late. But I'm excited to see how basheeee does. CrashTF on a great roll. No Darius on basheee's side, and will that be something they rue? Because, okay, CrashTF is literally playing Braum like you play Braum in League of Legends. Like,
no, literally, he's just going straight in with that armor. Yeah. He said, I got armor, you gotta respect me, honey, stand behind me. Go off, Hummingbee. I'm not surprised, because I'm a Braum main, but are you?
I'm going to rename myself. I'm humming Braum after this because I'm being a huge fan right now. Look at that. The tank is taking the kills again. Mom, he's casing me.
Dunk, are you surprised to see the Dunk Master kind of taking a secondary like backseat aspect here inside of this setup with CrashTF?
Do you know what? It's very sneakily the front seat. Because Braum comes out and holds a shield, and there's always something in the background working under the hood, right? And it is that Braum assist. The Braum crashing assault is so good at getting confirms. By the way, nearly a perfect there for CrashTF.
Oh,
Yeah.
Absolutely seriously
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
Everything.
We have to, can we all just clap real quick for that almost perfect that man just did?
I'm
Oh, y'all
clapping.
won't clap? Okay, fine. Okay,
I'm
fine.
clapping everything I can. Did you see Braum did literally everything? He just tagged him Darius for one hit in the middle of the combo. Darius was like, hey, I'm helping!
Now, Hummingbee,
Every
inside
strong
of...
support, every strong support has a stronger top laner behind them to hold them up.
Yeah,
That's
you
exactly
spin.
what we're seeing here.
You know, inside of team fighting games, what we have is a term called OCV. And as a platform fighter, Hummingbee, let me introduce you to the Schmicks. All right, Alawi is now out, and the game has begun. Bash is doing what I love to see, which is bashing, my good sir, this Darius into oblivion. But it don't matter, because CrashTF is back out with the dunks, honey. He said, I don't need no dunk master Darius when I got an unbreakable shield.
Braum is literally like the nanny, you know? Darius, you want to play a bit? Sure, go on, do your thing. He lost half of his life. Alright, kid, you're done. Let the big man play. Dunk, do you think that Ilawi can finally make it? Because it looked like she's in the lead right now, but we saw how it ended up on the first round.
You're only one battering a ram away from death, but now this is a prime opportunity. Happy birthday comes out for basheeee. Could potentially kill both characters. There's the level 1. It's going to kill the background character. Crashes Braum to life. Great jab on the tentacle, but can't escape death. Well, can't escape from crossing fate, clearly. basheeee brings it back to 1 apiece.
Can't escape from crashing tentacles, my good sir. Jesus.
I want to say, Sharpie, did we see Yasuo even once during that set?
I don't believe so. If we did, I blinked and I may not missed them.
Goodness me. Okay, Darius getting angry because of all the taunting we've done, going for the SP2 here and bringing Ilawi into the Fury Fuse zone again. Are we going to see it useful this time around, Dunk?
Not if Darius continues as is. And again, this is the problem. Because you're so afraid of losing that character, you switch, and now your Fury Fuse just isn't active anymore. But I say that, great parry from basheeee as Crash continues the offense with that battering ram and will get caught out by the sweeping blade. This could be a very cool combo, Sharpie.
Ooh, this is a really unique opportunity. Like we've said before, Yasuo has that 3 bars. Can spend one of it and then convert onto level 2 automatically. But it doesn't looks like he was pressing a button, honey. Looks like you were pressing a button, and Braum said, honey, it's lunchtime. It's snack time. You look hungry. Go feed yourself. Hummingbird, was that a read, or was that just BM?
Oh, that was BM. That was I played enough fighting games to know when to use my special when I'm in a disadvantage, and this is literally what he did, and that worked out. So CrashTF putting some damage into basheeee before dying. I guess this Braum has done enough this time around. Yes, we are going to have 1 soul Darius against Ilawi and Yasuo. Let's see how we can do it. Dunk, please do me the honors to introduce us to the odds for this Darius.
I mean, this is a 6-item Darius coming in. Has flash, has TP. He could do it. There's only 35 seconds left on the clock, but all it takes is 1 hit, and that's exactly what Crash has found. I'm waiting for the S2. Doesn't even need it. Won't quite get the kill. Has the hemorrhage on. It will be enough to get the kill, and now it's a 1v1 Alawi versus Darius. Can the big lady take it against the hand of Noxus, or will it be Darius standing tall again, Sharpie?
Well, so far it looks like Crash is in a real good advantageous state here, but we have seen Bash come back from less. Even with that Fury Fuse, you have to be very careful. Doesn't look like it though. Good burst, wasn't enough. Red and countered. Crash takes this very first round of this losers finals. This ain't looking great so far, honeybee. This ain't looking good for my good friend Bash.
It seems like, again, did you see how with Darius, like, we talked about the efficiency with Braum, right? But Darius just put Ilawi and Yasuo in the corner and they couldn't move a single inch out of it. Even with the Fury Fuse, that actually wasn't useful at all when you think about it. Well, it seems like all the tools that these characters have weren't enough to just get rid of the axe that was in front of them. Dunk, do you think that we are going to see that Fury Fuse being useful for in the end of the day?
It all depends on how merciful Crash is. I'll be very honest with you, because like Because it's like a mismatch of fuses. You have Fury, you want to be under 40% so you can start doing more damage. Hello, I'm CrashTF with Double Down. I'm killing you off one touch. You know, it's like a big mismatch, and it's unfortunate, I think, for basheeee. But one thing I like to see from basheeee, apart from maybe not getting your face hit in with a door, is using your meter defensively, right? Go for that push block. Get your opponent away from you. Spend one bar to sort of control the space, control the game, instead of letting Crash control the pace of everything, right?
Yep. Kind of a sense of deja vu compared to what we had. I'm going to use this word a lot, Sharpie, I think, but this is kind of a conclusion we reached when we talked about the previous set, right?
Oh, sure, sure. You know, similar to an iceberg, 95% of Darius mix-ups are actually underneath the setups. So you got to be careful. You got to respect it. But Alawi don't care. Alawi says, look, I have literally no fear, all right? I serve a very good tentacle god who let me help you meet NaBoKiiiii Burrow, okay? Good throw tech, though. Wasn't enough. Got that pressure. I actually think that throw tech has put Alawi in a worse state here, Dunk.
Oh. Yeah, nearly gets taken out by the headless, and basheeee tried to go for the parry. There's the dynamic save. It will blow Crash back. But at this point, you're so far behind. Was it worth it? You're now potentially going into the second round if you don't make this comeback. That's the asterisk on this one. If you don't make this comeback, you're going into that second round with no dynamic save, no meter now that you spent it. It's Crash's time to maybe look at the time and big chill.
Oh, wait. Again? Oh, come on.
There's a couple things that are inevitable in life.
Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum.
What was
and
that?
big freaking Ben. Like, time comes for every person in this world, and it came for basheeee.
That was a good setup, Dunk. I'm gonna flip that one. I'm sorry. That was a good one.
You guys are unbearable, for real.
Is it because we're not French?
Oh, come on!
Call him out, call him out, call him out.
Alright, finally some furry play, maybe from the side of basheeee here. There we are, jumping in right now, but we still have the rush available on the side of CrashTF. Maybe it's the time to use it now. Rush out, Crash, get out. Alright, just want to take the whole combo in the face. I respect it.
Double down assist. I would say that when you have double down fuse, you can do setups like this and not worry again about your health, and just go ahead and cash it out, right?
Yep.
I think that's safer. I think that's safer because unfortunately, what basheeee has to do is basheeee has to do these tag combos. basheeee has to do these tag launchers and handshakes to get out. But Crash doesn't have to sacrifice any of that, you know. And I think we're seeing a lot of a really good utilization of the safe DHCs here, Dunk.
Yeah, basheeee can get out with damage. Like, that is the strongest thing that this double down can do. You can switch into someone and say, okay, I'm also getting them in A, very safely, and B, while doing crazy damage to you. But now basheeee trying to get offensive. What a call out, what a jab there on that dash. Won't quite get the kill. And basheeee continues on. There's no way you've done that here in Winners Finals, Crash. You're crashing out with the level 2?
Can I interrupt for a moment and just say that does have one hit of armor?
That does?
Yeah, it actually does. I've lapped it.
Have a nice day.
Nice. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to chance the fact that Sean Unconquerable or any of the other devs are watching and they take it away because Braum needs it, but I feel now it's my commentator duty.
But I do guess that Braum is just one of those characters where you can't just panic SP out of like disadvantage. It seems like it worked quite well. Ilawi in Fury, is it going to be enough to just try to cheap? No, not at all. It's not going to be enough at all. It's going to be a clean win again for CrashTF into that second game. It's 2-0, I think, now for him.
Very, very, very good up right here for CrashTF.
Yeah, Crash has been controlling the game effectively, not just in the moments of peace and calm, but also in the chaos. And that's why they're 2 rounds up, or 2 games up, sorry. And look, it's just a shield into the Darius, man. What am I, a mere mortal, supposed to do about this? You've got the scariest shield in front of me and the scariest spear standing right behind it.
Jinx cannot come out as early enough. We need her now. Sharpie, do you think a zoner could do anything against this matchup?
What's a zoner to a god, sir? What is a zoner to this disgusting yeah, look at her. Look at her. She did her best move coming down, and she was shut down. Harder.
Harry? Oh, wait.
What?
You talked too early. You talked too early, Sharpie.
Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Please, I'm begging you. Get her out. Tag. Beautiful. Yeah, that was the only thing Bash wanted to do. That was the only thing, Hummingbee.
No, I do agree. Dunk, do you think that there's going to be enough time for Illaoi to just regenerate enough to get back into it with the Fury buff?
That depends on how much suffering this Yasuo can take. Hemorrhaged out, getting chipped, the assist, keeping the block string going on forever.
He's still bidding. He's still bidding.
Oh, and again, like, this is why Unbreakable is so unfair, right? You just want to take your turn back.
Watch your mouth, Dunk. Watch your mouth. He needs it. He needs it. Watch your mouth.
Don't you dare look at this man. Look at this very big, muscly man. Absolutely dominate. Crash has not given a damn about anyone's frame data once he gets into Unbreakable. It has been all Crash, and that is why Crash is on set point Hummingbee. Is there any way that Bash can take this one back?
And I'm sure that when you're Bashy, you're quite happy about the fact that you managed to save Illaoi for, what, 20 more seconds? That's the only silver lining in it. But although, like, finally he's waking up there. Finally he's adding pressure on Darius up to the point he isn't anymore. And is it going to be a clean 3-0, Sharpie? Because right now, CrashTF seems to be in a pretty good lead and a pretty good way to win.
You know, respectfully, I was not expecting this. I was not expecting this at all from the way that Crash performed previously inside of their sets and by how close some of those matches were. But Crash has shown that he is a threat. And right now, I think the real underdog has shown that it is Bashy here, Dunk.
Yeah, Bashy has not been able to keep up with the pace that Crash is setting. And with that level 2, it's not quite going to be dead, but for sure. Mix for your tournament life here. Well, your winning side life, I should say.
Yeah.
Poro, you can't kill another person with a Poro. That's got to be like some sort of war crime, for sure.
To have been an input, that had to be a missed input there. There was no way you tried to throw a Poro from that close, right?
No way. And
Little ones.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
that's going to move Crash forward into grand finals. I apologize. Previously, I said that was losers finals. This was actually, I believe, winners finals. 3-0 for CrashTF moving into grand finals on the winner's side. 3 more wins against their next opponent from loser sides will secure CrashTF the victory inside of this double knockout tournament. That was losers finals?
Correction, that is losers finals. It was high-level gameplay, but we forgot about the one man who's MeNeMeNs.
Oh, yeah, MeNeMeNs have been just hanging up there for the past half an hour now.
MeNeMeN has just been sitting here listening us give these people false accolades, saying, "Well, what is a king? What is a king to a god?"
Say shit. I didn't say anything. You were the only one in there.
Classic French. Classic French. Y'all killed your royalty, but now you're coming for queens. Oh, okay. I got you. Especially black queens. Oh, okay. I see you.
I'm just saying, the British are abstaining from this beef. We are not involved. We're trying to watch football, not soccer.
It would be the very first time the British abstained from messing around with the Americans, though.
What is it for?
Talent, can I ask, what did you think when you brought an American, a British, and a French on the mic here? How did you think it would end up? We've been at it for 2 hours and a half already.
I just want to say respectfully, before we go into this grand finals, this has been my very first time commentating with both Dunk and Hummingbee, and I've had an absolute pleasure, an absolute blast working with the both of you. And inside of this brand new game for 2XKO, it gives me more opportunities to operate and work with fantastic casters like yourself. I am a better person. I'm just so thankful for that chance. Dunk, I want to go for you. Final thoughts from this tournament before we go into the final set?
Bloody hell. It's been a mad one. I think the level of play has been absolutely fantastic. Whoever ends up taking this one deserves it. But MeNeMeN, I want you to bring this one home. You've been going absolutely crazy. I don't care about the bias.
A Hummingbee, final thoughts.
No need for bias. Thank you for the praise, and I likewise again. First time we've been working together, not the first time we interacted, and I'm not going to go over our first interaction. We're going to keep that for later on.
Yeah, maybe you'll let me pretend to be your friend and sign your cool memorables next time, huh?
Wonderful play from MeNeMeNs up to now. Wonderful play from Crash, and I want to give a quick shout out to basheeee, going to end here on the 3rd place. Congrats for your play on this alpha up to now, and I expect to see more plays from you in the beta or later on when the game is properly released.
Let's go into grand finals. Let's watch this and let's see the culmination of this entire double knockout 1v1 tournament here at Gallant Gaming versus MeNeMeN. MeNeMeNs. CrashTF comes out. Yeah, but the cool thing about humor that I learned from British TV is you can say it up to 3 times. Which that was the 3rd time I sang the song. So now you are part of the funniest iteration of me singing that song. You're welcome.
It won't get any better than that.
And here I hope it was going to get better. Anyway. MeNeMeNs against CrashTF going to be fighting into Bilgewater. Low-key, I think the best arena in the game.
I appreciate Bilgewater as well. Dunk, your thoughts?
I'm happy to see any down S2 come out and obliterate, man.
Let's
Maybe
go.
MeNeMeN.
I'm happy that they're letting the intros rock. This is exactly what you should do on grand finals, for sure. We start this streak very, very passively. I agree with that round start, yeah. MeNeMeN goes straight into the aggression. We get a couple of handshake tags, trying to channel it. Doesn't quite get out the way they want to. Crash has to go ahead and sacrifice the burst there, Hummingbee.
Yeah, trying to bursting out, I would say, of that situation. But you can see already MeNeMeNs just going to press the advantage. Oh, you have one defensive option less. Time to just go over the like 120% in the aggressiveness, and seems like it's bearing fruit. Pretty good introduction from the winner side player here. Dunk, do you think that our dear CrashTF kind of cooled down between these 2 sets?
Honestly, I think it's just MeNeMeNs running the same game plan again. It's oppressive, right? It's very, very oppressive, very tough to deal with. Crash can't play the exact same way that they've played in the last couple of sets. Has to be something completely new.
Really good handshake tags there. Looks like Crash is going to take that opportunity to try to punish best way they can, sacrificing all their meter for it. MeNeMeNs gets back in and it pushes Crash back over to the corner, gets in with a counter hit there, tries to punish, doesn't get in time, gets the immediate freestyle handshake, and that is going to be the very first round of this verse set going over to MeNeMeN. Hummingbee, that was quick.
That was a nasty mix-up at the end. You're caught between a sword and an axe. What do you do in the situation? I know something about it, but I think it's time for you to give up.
As we go into this very next
French
round.
joke about French giving up. Sorry, never mind. Carry on.
I'm so focused on the game. Oh, happy birthday!
Very, very nice there. Great pressure coming out from CrashTF. He is going to need to get this Yasuo out of the game if he wants a chance at this round, Dunk.
Yeah, but this is where the battle just begins, right? You got 3-bar Darius. All it takes is 1 down S2 into any super. You're looking at bad news bears, but big boon on Crash's side. Got that unbreakable. Can actually switch into Darius as well. Down. Oh yeah, I agree. Going to the super level 2. The Noxine Guillotine?
Doug, you've been in that situation before. Do you think it's going to...
When I see you, we're going to have stern words about me and my knowledge of things that will kill, because it's non-existent. There's literally a command in a chat that says, did Dunk lie again about someone dying? The answer is 80% yes. But
probably, yes.
We're now... One round apiece inside this very first set. Very strong showing so far. And MeNeMeNs fully utilizing this freestyle assist. Even taking, truthfully, you're not even really seeing MeNeMeNs concerned about the extended downtime from assist that comes with freestyle there, Dunk.
Yeah, not at all. Like, it's hard to utilize it against Darius as well. When someone does have like a button they can press that doesn't care about the direction, makes it hard to decide on which side you have to be careful of. The only positive of that, though, the Darius down S2 only has 2 hits of armor, or 1 hit of armor, sorry. So if you can get both of the attacks to stack on at the same time, is counterplay to it. But we'll see if MeNeMeNs can utilize that freestyle assist to maybe pull that back. Whoa, I like that.
Yes! Whoa, he got in!
And there we are, another one. Again, the panic special 2 is kind of a good option, to be honest, with Braum.
Ooh, I'm so
just removing the whole pressure that he was like being applied on. That's lovely. That's perfectly well done. Except we're going to have a Darius in the face afterwards.
And I'm sorry to interrupt here once again, Humming Bee, but as a Braum player, I do just want to note that link is very, very tight. You know, to get in that super against Braum. It's an incredibly tight link to confirm. And even though you have a little bit of leeway because of the armor on it, it's still nasty, you know? So Crash did something that he should be very, very proud of. Of course, as we move forward inside of this set, yeah, Dunk, you saw it, Dunk. You saw it, Dunk. What happened?
Got broken, like with you. Don't worry, Crash. But now, getting a press. Actually, a crazy good decision there from MeNeMeNs, right? Goes into the crossout to take Yasuo onto the other side. Gets DP'd with the assist, but switches back to another character. Gets another chance, and will confirm defeat in that round for Crash. MeNeMeNs looking as good as ever.
Very good first round.
Yeah, wonderful first round, and you see the interactions between Yasuo and any other character to put him in. That mix up, you just go in his back, and then you call in your teammate and just bang on your opponent. And this is exactly how he ended up round 1. And I think taking game 1 with that mix up is actually quite poetic.
Very poetic indeed. Yet again, the handshake just coming in. Look at that into the grab. Dunk, you got grabbed.
I'm always holding up. I'm a zoner. I told you this already. I have no defensive skills whatsoever. I'm trying to escape in any way I know how, but obviously, Crash doesn't benefit from that one. The Yasuo, I would say the big buff from Yasuo that we're seeing is the movement, right? Because Crash is playing 2 big bodies, it's hard to keep up with the character, and that's exactly why MeNeMeNs has taken that character and is getting so offensive in this second game, right?
Yeah, I mean, the issue we've had before with Braum against Zico is the same we have here with Yasuo against Braum. And in an extent, in the Yasuo against Darius, this character moves so much around you that your frame data doesn't allow you to punish those movements and just let you be a sitting duck in the middle of like the pressure is applying to you. Just like right now, Darius again from MeNeMeNs just getting that Braum out of the picture for a second time, except as a command grab, is going to be enough Sharpie to get back into the game. I'm not confident.
It may be. Now that Braum has that unbreakable, he's bursting to keep that unbreakable up. If he falls to the ground, it's gone. And I think CrashTF can't activate, can't really start here unless he keeps that. So this is going to be nasty. He maintains the unbreakable through this. Yep. And he got that link. So this is going to be near death for Darius. Follows up, connects with the assist, still has unbreakable on incoming here for this Yasuo, which is going to be huge. Really, all he needs is one touch on that Yasuo, and that's death. Yep, right there. Because he has unbreakable, that is a armored move. There was nothing that was breaking that. Very, very good there. Very great awareness and great comeback there from CrashTF. Dunk, what is this round start going to be looking for here?
The classic again from MeNeMeNs, right? Get the sandwich, get the freestyle mix, start the offense, but the drop combo at the end is new. Tries to parry at the end of that one, but Crash not holding back at all. And now Crash finding their voice will connect. And again, this is the patience that we saw from MeNeMeNs before. Oh, I've hit the barrier. I've decided to calm down and slow down my game. What do you want to do? It's your turn. And that's great awareness. Maybe potentially getting the kill here as we're going to Yasuo level 1 and into level 2. The last press should finish that one off. And MeNeMeNs takes this first character emphatically. Right?
Why is Yasuo in this freaking game?
Clean manner indeed. And it's quite interesting to see MeNeMeNs finally pulling the trigger on this one, because we've seen him go for the combos with Yasuo but never ending them with any specials. Finally going to go for them with like the kill afterwards, just like maximum efficiency, so proper team to do that. And let's see now if he can just keep on adding the pressure on the second character, and it seems like it is going to be the case.
Yeah, tacking on to that point there, Humming Bee.
No, I was saying that. Come again?
Talking on to that very last point, it feels like there's entirely too much at stake for MeNeMeN to not cash out inside of the situation. You know, maybe you don't cash out when you're early inside a bracket, when it doesn't matter as much, when you could still possibly lose and go forward. But at this point now, MeNeMeN wants a clean sweep. We are one round away from a possible second win for MeNeMeNs, or a possible first win towards a reset for CrashTF. And MeNeMeNs is not taking this lying down slightly at all. Humming.
Definitely, and you can see already. I mean, we've seen already the clutch factor from the side of Crash. He won the first round of that game here, so I could definitely see him go even if he has only one character remaining. But MeNeMeNs have been so like consistent in his play up to now. He kind of took the driver's seat and kept it the whole set for now. Dunk, do you think we are going to have some clutch factor involved?
With this Braum, I think anything can happen, right? All it takes is one mistake against Unbreakable, and it's looking like bad news bears, but actually, and then we're going to see a switch in with that double down straight into level 2 for Crash's Darius. And what will be the mix-up after? Well, no mix-up. Actually, he's dead.
The mix-up is dead.
A move that the French Hummingbee is very used to, the Noxian Guillotine coming down.
Oh yeah, I have kind of a personal affection to this character for this only. Sharpie, do you mind giving him some luck again? Because last time you took the voice when we had one character remaining on one side, he managed to clutch it up.
You know, that's my favorite part about commentaries, Curse, is that if I help the Braum player win, I'm the good guy. If I help the Darius player win, of which there are 2, I'm the bad. But I gotta tell you, from yet one S2 spammer to another, Doug, did you expect this outcome?
Why you have to call me out like that? You're absolutely right, and I absolutely did not, especially after that parry. Doesn't quite get the punish, but Crash looking to close this one out with the hemorrhage and Braum's very oppressive block strings. That's going to be one round on the board from Crash, not going out like a buster. No donuts on this board. 1-1 the score now. Remember, Crash is in loser side, has to reset the bracket and then win that one again. MeNeMeNs, 2 more games and you've won this tournament fair and square, but Hummingbee, adaptations on Crash's side that helped them win that game out against MeNeMeNs.
Not only adaptation, I don't know if you saw it, but that Darius kind of went in, sneakily put a bleeding on the opponent Darius, and just let Braum do the work by, again, ramming the door on his defense, and just chipping at the life of MeNeMeNs up to the very end. So Darius from the Crash side just went in, did one hit during the parry, and just left. My job is done. Sharpie, do you think that we are going to see again those kind of very specific interactions to just take the win, or are we going to go brute force again?
Well, based off the interactions I've seen so far, and the fact that I've not yet seen Braum come out, I'm kind of inclined to believe that Darius is going to be in a one-character victory for CrashTF here. Killing that Yasuo this early and making it a Darius v Darius fight. Dunk, you've talked about this before. Inside of a Darius v Darius, it's not just the S2, it's who can see one of the others first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, whoever can start the oppression session first wins out, and this time it's Crash. Got the hemorrhage on, locking him down. But that's a big throw to get this party started. Maybe a comeback. You know what? Commentators are really good at cursing things, so I've cursed that effectively. Crash ends up taking that first round, looking to maybe take us to a reset.
I was a bit scared for a second. Did you see how Crash decided to benevolently jump into the corner like a gentleman?
I was scared.
When you have that much health, why don't you? When you have that much health, why don't you?
He wanted to make it like a more like an even match between the two. I do understand.
Now, MeNeMeNs is back on the aggression here, getting this counter hit on Braum, knocking that health and getting that hemorrhage down. This is huge. Has the handshake tag to kind of put more pressure back on, but isn't able to get the touch that he wants. Can he punish that? Not quite. Moved too far back, came in, got the button, and finished off with yet another counter hit button. Really clean play there by Yasuo from MeNeMeNs.
Massive kill. Actually, getting rid of that Braum. So important, because I think that's what Crash is sort of relying on, right? Getting to that unbreakable and start breaking shop. That's the mix-up. We've seen it time and time again. The cross-up and the movement is great from MeNeMeNs, and that will be enough to take the round. It's 1 apiece here in game number 3. Hummingbee. Who's looking more likely in this one?
That was a very good selection again for MeNeMeNs not to go for any special. He can go for the same mix-up again this time around, but ended up with an SP2 into SP1 into SP2 this time. Obviously, Crash didn't say his final word. He's going to do the bread and butter we've seen him do up to now and take a swift lead against Darius here. But is it going to be enough? That's the question, because we've seen again the damage output of his character. And Sharpie, tell me if I'm wrong, but he's kind of proving our points here.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's one of those things where I think MeNeMeN doesn't want to continue pulling those punches. Crash is trying his best to stay inside of this fight, and as we watch MeNeMeNs put in the work, the same work that originally set CrashTF down to losers, you gotta ask yourself, did Crash possibly bite off more than he could chew early inside of the set? Did he possibly show his hand a little bit too early, Dunk?
Mayhaps, and I think for MeNeMeNs, it's acknowledging that this Braum is an issue. Like, you need to get aggressive before that Unbreakable gets put on. But now it's all Darius. Oh, that's super. Not going to connect. The Glacial Fissure should make it safe, and it does. It takes MeNeMeNs all the way to the other side of the screen. But potential chip out situation has to be careful. Ends the block string empty, and there, that's going to be Unbreakable for Crash. It's a chance, but dynamic save sends us back to neutral HummingBee.
Yeah, again, that was a very tense situation for both players here. Both players being like on the edge of dying. On the side of the Braum, there was a bleeding going on. It seems like in the end, you can't just brute force your way in. Darius with the SP1 is going to take the lead here. And oh, never mind. I guess it was just for like a slight second, because obviously we have a bleeding involved. Now that's another story. There we go. Perfect parry again. Yeah. We talked about it so many times. Sharpie, can you talk about it? Can you talk about it?
Darius did not finish his food there. MeNeMeNs had a chance to cash that meter in and did not do it. Now we're in a one-touch situation. And against Unbreakable, we've seen MeNeMeN not come out on top. Look at that! Right? He dashed in! He dashed into death there, Dunk! He dashed into death!
Sometimes we all make mistakes, man. That's all you can really say. Crash, with the bust out level 2, gets himself out of a very sticky situation. Puts himself on set point.
Step without SP2. How many times?
You know, as a Braum player, not enough. I'll tell you right now. These Poros hungry, honey, and I got some Poro snacks. We are on ARAM, honey, and I don't got no wards, I don't got no oracles, but I do got me some Poro snacks, and of which I have many. All right? That is a reference. Thank you.
And for some reason, no one is feeding into the same Poro. We want to see that stuff explode.
Talk to him. All right, we're starting this right now. CrashTF is literally one set away from resetting this bracket. MeNeMeNs still needs 2 more wins in order to take complete victory, something that HummingBee knows nothing about as a Frenchman.
Come again? What was that?
Complete victory?
I think it's a joke about the French this time around.
I don't know enough about history to make that joke either. I'm so sorry. I was ad-libbing. I was ad-libbing for my life. Forgive me. I'm so sorry to all the French speakers in chat. I'm an American. It's okay.
Maybe the first American that's actually sorry about something for us. But yeah, let's move on. For now, we have again MeNeMeNs in the corner. CrashTF not letting his food go. This time around, he will be able to chew it all. And puts a MeNeMeNs already on his Darius. And, like, already hitting him so hard. Dunk?
This round's a wrap, man. I wouldn't spend no burst, no meter. Like, this is looking so tough. But I like the use of the parry. You get that meter back, so no reason not to spend it. But, again, that Unbreakable putting in so much work for Crash. And now Crash on set point. Can he close this one out, Sharpie?
You know, sometimes it's just like that. You got to call it. And what it's really up to here is MeNeMeN going to let him just take this set? Is MeNeMeN going to let him just do this reset to him in bracket the very last weekend of 2XKO? Me personally, I wouldn't let Crash disrespect me like that. You know, I have a little bit more pride than that. But HummingBee, what do you think is the smartest thing to do in this situation?
I do agree, especially because it's maybe the last tournament they do together before like the end of the alpha. You don't want to live with that feeling for like the next 3-4 months. So yeah, definitely something you want to fight for. And yeah, it seems again that CrashTF understood something about his opponent, understood a way to just put pressure on the face of MeNeMeN and not let him go. Look at that, Braum, just like we saw earlier in bracket, is stomping the face of Yasuo here. And a good SP2 for good measure. Perfect.
That's the closeout. One more. Actually, MeNeMeNs says I'm not done yet. One last hurrah, one last chance. We'll get knocked down. What's the mix? Same side, back throw this time. And this time baits it. Tries to go to the other side. The burst will come out. Sharpie back to neutral. What are they going to do?
Ooh, Yasuo said, I get knocked down, but I do get up again. You're never going to keep me down unless you hit me exactly like that, Darius, in which case I do go down. And it does become a grand finals reset. That is going to put the score once again back up to 0-0. That is a UK reference to football. And we are going to see now an opportunity for either of these players to take this tournament 3-0. Let's see who does it. Humming Bee, any predictions?
Oh, well, CrashTF is on a roll right now. The only thing is, Dunk had 4 games up to now to just try to adapt to what he was offering. Oh, can we actually change characters between sets, or do they just decide to go in with the same ones again and again?
I think they're comfortable on what they're on, and that makes sense, right? Like, you've been playing it all tournament, you might as well stick to it. But here we go, Grand Finals reset. Can Crash continue the dominance that was shown in the originals Grand Final set, or will MeNeMeNs wake up and take this one?
Ooh, really nice charge there by CrashTF. Just wants to stay hot. You know, and Humming Bee, I think it goes back to what you were saying before. CrashTF is playing hot. MeNeMeNs did have to wait a little bit, but it looks like now he's back inside of the flow. He's back inside of that river of possibilities and aggression, Humming.
Definitely, and you can see that, well, Brom does have the mix-up with the shield, but Darius isn't maybe the main the character that can just incentivize them as much as Yasuo or Echo we've seen earlier. So that's why I was expecting maybe something quicker to just try to use that Brom to this time around is going to be one Darius against the Word, but if I'm correct, when it happened during the first set, Crash did manage to win in the end, right? I don't remember. It was the case, right?
The first set between them, MeNeMeNs won 2-1.
Yes.
And then this one, 3-1 over to Crash's favor, but now MeNeMeNs waking up.
Oh, wow. You have to respect that when you just both down back inside of neutral like that. Dunk, what does that usually say about a player's mindset?
Fair. And honestly, good point. Like, good point of the tournament to have it. It's Grand Finals reset. Both of these guys are nervy. Both of these guys are sort of second-guessing their options and thinking, what can I do differently? MeNeMeNs will win that one out in the end. And honestly, sometimes fear is the best driver of like the adrenaline you need in your body to do something crazy, to do something that will get you the win. And for MeNeMeNs, that's working out at the moment.
You know, some people would argue that fear is the mind killer, and I think someone must have possibly been CrashTF, who went straight back into it, no fear whatsoever, following up with that double down assist that we've seen every single time, bringing that Darius back out to go ahead and fight. Hemorrhage is down. Darius on MeNeMeNs' side is on his final legs, and so we do see just a hard handshake tag into Yasuo. MeNeMeNs now doing some nasty work, has 3 bars to possibly cash out onto CrashTF's Darius. Are we going to see the crash out? No, we're just going to see side swap back into a burst, and that is going to be death for Darius on MeNeMeNs' side, leaving Yasuo by himself with just 3-meter hemorrhage and a prayer, Humming.
A prayer isn't going to be enough. I think in that situation, you're just going to get a shield in the face. Is he going to die for it? I'm not sure. Yes, he is. That bleeding will just be too strong. There was literally no option from the side of MeNeMeNs to survive this peculiar situation he was in, let's say. But there's something that bothers me on the side of MeNeMeNs. Even if he doesn't hit, he never used his special one after one of those combos from Yasuo. And I think with the amount of damage he does, he could actually just use it maybe a tad more, because it would charge back for the next movement he wants to go for the kill afterwards. I don't know if you agree with me on this one, Dunk.
So I always think it's best to be optimal, and it's best to set up the best situations you can for yourself. But in tournament, I believe those adaptations are too far gone. You can't make those, you know what I mean? I think for MeNeMeNs, it's about sticking to what you know. Do whatever you need to do, like within your wheelhouse that is currently there to take this game. But the problem has really been this Braum. And I think it's about the burst timing decision making, right? Are you bursting at the right time to A, stop Unbreakable, and B, stop crazy damage being put on your head? And some of those have been out of their control, right, with the happy birthdays, but some of them have not. And MeNeMeNs has been punished aptly for it, because they're down to one character, Sharpie.
Ooh, yeah, and what a character to have out. Yasuo with 3 bars. All of that delicious lemonade sitting there in your meter, completely unused. You have a last stand ready. Darius' last stand is nothing to snuff out. You got the assist. You call your own Darius assist to make it real. You don't want to cash out on that opponent Darius assist, but you do want to get in against that Braum. Braum unfortunately gets in against you, and from there it's just heavy. See you later. I'm the carry. That is going to put this reset bracket in Crash's favor, currently 1-0. That's a scary place for MeNeMeNs to be in, Hummingbee.
Definitely. Tell me, did he win 3 in a row, or is it like who did he go 1-0 then 1-1?
I believe it was 1-0, 1-1. At which point then CrashTF continued through for the reset.
Okay, because right now he's on a roll, and it seems like the adaptation that MeNeMeNs tried to implement up to now weren't enough yet.
Yeah.
And it's a bit scary considering, yeah, he's little by little getting his back against the wall.
It has to be an adaptation around this barrier, right? This stand behind me is putting so much work. And every time the Braum has died early, it's been a good look for MeNeMeNs, and that might potentially happen now. So Yasuo continues the combo, Sharpie.
Ooh, yeah, that combo is putting some real work in. And for Hummingbee's point, I am seeing the lack of like finishing up with that meter. That meter probably would have killed that Braum there. And that's what you need on CrashTF sides. You need that Braum down. It's worth sacrificing, especially when you no longer have an extra reset to go off of, you know. And Hummingbee, once again, to your credit, that feels like what Dunk was talking about previously. It feels like nerves. Do you agree, Hummingbee? Do you see MeNeMeNs kind of starting to sweat here?
Yeah, you can see definitely. Again, you have a strong game plan, but it seems like he's slightly off the mark. You just need to change a few things here and there. And you had so many opportunities up to now to see it and to adapt. Maybe now you still got time, obviously. It's not the end of the set, but time to just maybe accelerate a bit.
Even more pressure coming in from Braum here. Does have Unbreakable. Goes in with S2. Charges straight in. And this is going to be some meter cashed out real quick. The burst to get out of that situation prior to it. Very good timing from MeNeMeNs. That is some very strict frame there, isn't it, Dunk? I think we've lost audio for Dunk.
Yeah,
sorry about that. If you have like super coming out, the burst won't actually... Like, you won't bait the burst. The super stops all of that, the damage. Sorry, the burst stops all the damage from the super. You're actually punishable in some situations. So that's really good for MeNeMeNs. And just there, getting the kill to take that round even better. MeNeMeNs woke it up, finally getting around on the board and maybe contesting this team, the Braum Darius, that's brought Crash to the party.
Now, Hummingbee, as we move further inside of this reset bracket here, with CrashTF currently up in totality inside of this set, but MeNeMeNs up for the very first time in the reset, up a round, do you see this strange aggression now, almost very reminiscent of earlier inside of this tournament, coming out for MeNeMeNs? Do you think it will stick?
Well, it's a shame he just missed this combo because I wanted to see again how he would finish it this time around. Let's see if he goes for the SP1 or not. He's going for the classic. They'll go down there and then nope. Going for the mix-up, we've seen him go a few times early. But this time, look at that. The damage output from Braum just going to even things out, punching MeNeMeNs in the corner. And now... Okay. We still had the run. Yeah. Dunk.
Good burst, good decision, good parry, even better from MeNeMeNs. Has bar to work with, but I'm not sure if you spend it here. I like the tag, get your safe launcher out, bring in that Darius, but down S2 can change the game, baby. And there is the double down, goes into Braum, and I like the backup. Changing the pace of the game, brings in the Darius. No mix, but baits out the down S2 and forces that burst out. It's relatively even, isn't it, Sharpie?
Yes, it is. And you know, it's really interesting too. I agree with this handshake. I don't agree with it back over to Braum. It's very obvious that MeNeMeN wants to get that Yasuo nice and healthy. It's very obvious because he's not necessarily, I actually think in MeNeMeN's head, he doesn't see Braum as a threat anymore. He sees the Darius as a threat, more so from the CrashTF. And I'm saying this not based off of exclusively like the knowledge of watching the set, but just how MeNeMeNs has been going in really hard against these Darius, spending the meter every single time exclusively on the Darius now, Hummingbee. Do you agree with my synopsis?
Definitely agree. You see how he went through, just swept through Brom to just get into the face of Darius and then finally pull the trigger with all the specials he kept into his burst up to this very last moment. So yeah, finally a good adaptation from MeNeMeN, bringing this set 1-1 into this grand final. So it's that time for CrashTF to show some adaptation.
Down two, down two, down two, down two. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, it works. Let's complain.
They were making some British teabags at the start of that round.
Yeah. Respectful,
Very interesting.
respectful.
Respectful British teabags.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Dunk, talk me through the health bars right now for MeNeMeNs, because we did just see a pretty big happy birthday come down. Inside the previous match, my quick synopsis was that Yasuo is probably what MeNeMeNs is really expecting to carry him around right now. You can even see him pull that Yasuo out to go against CrashTF's Darius. Are you seeing the same thing I'm seeing? Are you seeing that MeNeMeNs has identified the threat on CrashTF's side as Darius as well?
I think the main thing that MeNeMeNs wants to do is bring in that Yasuo for the mix-up that you've just seen there with the freestyle fuse. But it's hard to do against Brom, right? You can't just press him with some full screen normals or full screen specials. The biggest issue you'll have, like I think MeNeMeNs is having right now, is Crash's adaptation to the mix. At this point, Crash has seen it so many times, like now, that they're ready for it and they're starting to block it. The adaptation is great.
Ooh, that was really nice.
Did you see the amount of parries we've seen on the side of MeNeMeNs starting to pop up here and there? Because this is maybe the big major flow from Darius and Brom. Those are heavy characters with like very long movements. You know exactly what to expect from the timing. We talked about it earlier. And obviously it's going to be just like a free zone for Yasuo to just parry and just jump in and do his damage. Seems like this may be the key to victory, Sharpie.
Very much so. Now that MeNeMeNs is up one round away from a possible second win inside of this grand finals reset, I think we're seeing a lot more cockiness, a lot more aggression, a lot more stability come out from MeNeMeNs here. Dunk.
Yeah, I think MeNeMeNs is starting to be a bit more controlled in the neutral. But that's also important for Crash.
That's
losing health like that, right? Crash has had to take out this Brom for safety a couple times now. And when that happens, you can see MeNeMeNs start looking in their lips, getting ready to sort of start oppressing. And you might see it here now as well.
Yeah.
Gets a hit and just immediately wants to swap into that Darius.
Definitely. But you saw again, oh my goodness. Where's your defense? Where's your shield, my friend? Darius just jumped in and decided to wreck your face, Brom, with how to bow down here. It's a bit of a shame. And again, look at that. End of a combo, going for the parry and just reversing the whole situation. This may be the 4th or 5th time he goes for it this time around. Sharpie, I think we got our winning component here.
You know, sometimes an unbreakable door is actually very breakable in the hands of a Darius, and I think that's what MeNeMeNs is showing us here. Look at that tag launcher combo straight into a level 2 right now. Comes down with that Noxian guillotine, finishing it up, putting MeNeMeNs still up 2-1 inside of this grand finals reset. One set away from complete and total tournament victory here. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be very honest here, Dunk. This is a surprising turn of events. This has been a very, very long set for both MeNeMeNs and CrashTF, and what we're seeing is the momentum completely moving towards MeNeMeNs' side.
Yep, absolutely. And I think this is one of those things where it's like stamina based. If you're Crash, you've played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games now, and it's like, oh, do you have the mental capacity in tournament to keep it all together? And after that burst bait, maybe not. MeNeMeNs gets a dynamic save out of Crash, gets a lot of health, and most importantly, brings in this Darius, right? This is the character that you want to get rid of so the Brom has no one to stand behind, or no one to put behind him at least.
I'm sorry to interrupt you here, Dunk. What we just saw approximately 10 seconds ago was our very first gray combo on this stream. And it was actually from MeNeMeNs onto CrashTF as Darius. That mental has to be failing. We're at a point now where CrashTF has possibly not only lost this round, but also just the mental welfare inside of this fight. What are your thoughts on that, Humming Bee?
again, download complete at this point, and I do agree. When you call out a burst option, that means that you're in the brain of your opponent. You outplayed him, and I think that the results of that game specifically shows us the whole shift of momentum, like a confirmation of a momentum shift. Because we saw already how MeNeMeNs seem to have like the proper like ideas on how to face Crash. But this was again just confirmation of everything we just saw up to this point, Dunk.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we go into potentially set point here for MeNeMeNs, he has Crash in the corner. It has been topsy-turvy for a little bit, but MeNeMeNs at the end of this has looked very, very strong. And it's been very, very simple in terms of the game plan. Run forward, swing my blade, you walked into it, guess you died. And the level 1 will come through to take them back into the corner. There's the apprehend mix, and Crash is not ready to block it out, and that's Braum gone. And Sharpie, do you believe the Darius can potentially make this 2v1 comeback?
I don't know. Against MeNeMeN at this point in time inside of the game, it really is looking like it's over. But, you know, never count them out. CrashTF definitely says it ain't over until the Yasuo sing, and this man ain't doing nothing but blowing on a flute, honey. Let me get in there and get some real hemorrhage, get some real blood against this man. I do appreciate the defense on MeNeMeN's side, of course, and now we have what I would consider the MeNeMeN, MeNeMen blender.
Come on.
I'm sorry, Hummingbee. You had something.
Is this how you want us to remember your all casting together with
Yes.
that joke again?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, no!
No!
Oh, right back at you, down S2 into another into another super. There's the Glacial Fissure. The 2L will connect.
Wow.
And the dynamic save comes out for MeNeMeNs.
This is going to be enough, that's the question. Now back to the wall. CrashTF does have a lot of work to do. He's going to be able to find another good pressure point here on Yasuo, and this one will be enough to kill. Yes, wait a moment. I think that Darius is on the bleed. Yes, so it is still a toss-up between these two. Never mind! And just like that.
It's going to complete it. MeNeMeNs moves as our very champion. This double knockout. 3-1 over CrashTF. Congratulations to MeNeMeN for securing that title. And I just want to say consolations, obviously, to CrashTF. Played phenomenally. Not only reset the bracket, but also did take one game inside of that entirety of that set. You know, let's go ahead and just give some final thank yous, congratulations in general. I'll go ahead and start. I just want to say congratulations once again to MeNeMeN. Congratulations to, I actually want to go ahead and shout out Bash. I actually really appreciated seeing Bash play, and even though I didn't quite appreciate their Fuse decision, I still really like their play. And of course, I also want to shout out Gallant Gaming for allowing me to actually do this TriCast with two amazing casters, Dunk and Hummingbee, of which I will pass the baton over to Dunk here.
Dunk, to be honest, yeah.
Thank you very much. Obviously, shout out to you too. Hummingbee, Sharpie, legends in your own right. Absolutely fantastic commentators. Had an absolute blast. Didn't think that the red, white, and blue could be seen in so many different ways, but the same at the same time. Obviously, shout out to Gallant Gaming for bringing us on. We had so much fun. And shout out to all the players that entered the tournament. And the biggest shout out to MeNeMeNs taking this one. We thought it might have been over, but brings it back in the reset. Great way to win a tournament and great way to end off the 2xk of Alpha for you.
Yeah, again, as you said, we were kind of scared at the beginning of this reset, but it seems like the download just took some time to complete, and once he got all the cards into his hands, he was unbreakable. He was, you see the pun with the, he wasn't playing, anyway. So, yeah, it was kind of very interesting, the grand finals for a very good tournament, I think the last tournament here offered by Gallant Gaming in Europe. We had the first round going on already last week. So yeah, again, a very good taste of what we can expect from this game later on when it will be released in beta and as an official game later on again. So shout out to Gallant Gaming. Thanks again for them for having me. Thanks to you guys for coping with me for the last 3 hours. It was an honor to be there and a joy to be casting with you for the first time. I think we went quite well. You guys survived me, so props to you for this one.
Kudos to everyone, and thank you, dear viewer, for tuning in to another 2xko tournament courtesy of Gallant Gaming. But hey, stay tuned. We have even more 2xko, actually the 2v2 side of this tournament, coming up. Stay right there.
Cheers.